and welcome to MD Global Muscle Radio with me, your host, Giles Thomas, here at the Pump Media Studios, joined by my co-host, AJ, all the way from Norway, who's making some funny noises, and I have no idea why.
Episode 17.
Wow. Yes.
17.
I know.
Wow, goes fast, huh?
And it's getting very warm as well.
There was a movie called 17. I wish I was 17. I don't remember.
It's 7.
Yeah, we got our summer blazers on.
And we didn't actually plan to coordinate, but we are the boys in blue.
The boys, we're the police.
We're the popo.
Oh, no, I don't want to be no police.
You never fancy joining the police, or?
Nope. Do you?
I don't know.
So,
yes.
You guys had I saw it on Facebook, by the way.
Facebook Live?
Chris, Facebook Live.
Yes.
Zach Khan.
Yeah, it was only 2 days ago I was here, and I was eating chili con carne here because Chris had this all set up so people could come in and sit in your chair.
Oh.
I know. Sat in your chair. I know. It felt weird, though, being here without you.
Was
AJ.
it on Saturday, Chris, wasn't it?
Yes. It was the 1 year anniversary of Pump Media.
Oh, time goes fast.
Yeah, 1 year.
Zach Khan was a good one.
Fantastic.
Especially going into like pornographical details. And there was 2 kids walking in, sitting and watching, 8-year-old kids.
Yes.
And Zach was like, punani this, punani that. And the kids were like, oh, what's going on here? You remember that, Chris?
Hang on. In Zach's defense, he had a light shine in his face, and he was referring to one of the cameras. So he couldn't actually, his field of vision, or whatever, couldn't see the children. I could. As soon as they walked in, I thought, oh no, he was talking about brown eyes and pussy. And
oh, are you saying that on TV?
pussy meow.
Oh, okay, meow.
And and he was talking about some very interesting.
Sure, it's a cat, not a dog, huh?
What?
You know the story.
You've lost me now.
Oh, in the car when they talked about it was a dog, but it was really a cat.
You've completely lost me.
Okay, we go about that later.
Yes. So and that was now I was asked by Chris to come down, and he sent
officiate.
He sent a limo for me with a hot tub and a minibar. So that was great. But it was also, thing is, I didn't prep at all for that. Basically, that was a 2-hour live cinema. We had people in the audience coming and going, and we had nibbles. And it was, as you can see, this was sponsored by a couple of supplement companies. And basically, as you can see, that's my leg there on the screen. And
we'll get your pretty face on the camera. Hang on a
Please
second.
do.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, look. I've had a sunbed since, so I look a bit more tan.
Man, we don't care about you. We're looking at Zach's arms now. He's talking about his tan.
Don't forget to stay gold. I was
No.
I was listening to it the other day. I was laughing. Oh, sorry, the last episode of Global Muscle Radio. So but it was brilliant. And like I said, it was like at the end, it was funny because Zach came up to me and he goes, "Whoa!" He said, "How long was that?" And I said, "That was 2 hours, Zach." And he says, "Whoa, it was just like 2 old friends chatting." I said, "Zach, that's exactly what it was."
Hello.
The thing is, we could have, me and Zach have got a 21-year history, so obviously we had lots to talk about, but he was fantastic. Honestly, he was a really good seminar, actually, Zach, and he seems in a very, very, very good place right now, very happy, and he seemed very relaxed.
And he's about to drop a new DVD, isn't he, soon, Chris?
Is he?
Maybe.
What will the title?
Fake something?
Fake Jim.
Fake Jim? Fake Jim? That's what it's called?
That's the current title, yeah.
Fake Jim.
I think the format was based upon a different sort of...
Some Cox would watch? You know Mike Cox?
Mike Cox. Oh, I think you meant something.
No.
Yes.
I want to tell you. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
So one thing I didn't tell you on the flight. You know what happened on this flight on my way, Chris?
Oh, God. Do tell.
I was sitting on the plane. Mm-hmm. Beside me was a pretty nice girl.
Okay.
And it was really tight.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but when it's a nice girl, you don't care if it's tight.
Okay.
It's
a good quote, that.
So I sat down, Chris, and the chairs in the plane, my shoulder from there to there.
Too much of a beast.
You hit her,
Yeah, you do it in my car when we drive back. I have to drive like this, and I'm constantly elbowing you.
So obviously, when you sit next to a hot girl and your arms are over her arms, you flex all the time. So you try to make her impressed, So I sit there flexing. And then she put out her where you listen to music, and it's all hip hop. So then you know.
Talking point.
Yeah. I think she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Then she started watching The Sopranos and started talking to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I said, wow. And usually
Hip-hop, Sopranos.
girls don't want to talk to me on the airplanes. It's usually guys. I don't know why.
Or male air hostesses. They want to lend you their
Exactly.
want to lend you their iPads and give you a little wink.
So then we watch a little, and then she wants to borrow. You listen to the put in your ear. What's it called?
iPod.
Yeah.
Earbud
She wanted to borrow one of these so we can listen to them both.
No.
So this was legit flirting, I thought. And then we were talking, and we were left flirting. And what happens? After like an hour, I thought something was going down. You know what happens? Her boyfriend comes over and kisses her.
Oh,
Chris, why would you lend what's it called again?
no. Well, yeah,
Headphone.
Why would she do? Why would she do?
Why could we not think of
And
that?
she'd put up all Tupac and 50 Cent. She knows she was doing. You don't put up next to me only Tupac and 50 and look what I'm.
Was her boyfriend a big guy?
No, small guy.
What's she playing at?
I have no idea. And I sat next to her for an hour. I didn't even realize.
Oh,
and I thought she was flirting. No,
Were you working hard?
it was disgusting to see. Why would you flirt with a guy when your boyfriend is back in the plane?
I've got a question. Did you did you flex even more when he arrived?
I was disappointed. I was like, ugh. Like, why would you keep me in suspense for an hour, bro?
Oh, I don't know why. That's weird, isn't it?
It's weird.
Why wasn't she sat next to him?
The plane was totally. I don't know.
So he came over and probably thought, hang on a minute.
Why is this guy sharing?
Yeah, what is going on? I'm going to lay some smack down now.
I know, but he saw me from the back. Well, he saw my shoulders out of the aisle, so he
Microphone,
probably
AJ.
he went out to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he leaned over me and kissed her.
Did he not tombstone you?
No. Like, come on, he was very small. But the point is, can you imagine an hour on the plane?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was disappointed.
Gutted. I'm trying to think if that's ever happened to me.
Oh man.
No, it hasn't.
No, usually it's the
None of it.
Usually it's the male stewardess guys.
Oh.
Why are they so feminine, by the way?
What, the guys?
Yeah.
What, did he have dodgy...
No, have you noticed it on the plane? They're very feminine, those guys on the that works as the air.
Oh, you mean the air? Yeah. It's
Why are they so feminine?
I think it's a job that attracts that type.
What do you mean? Tell me.
Well, typically,
Yeah?
you can usually... Well, they're usually gay, aren't they?
You said it like it was a... So okay, so...
It is. I don't know. It's like...
You
Why
can't,
is it
you
that?
can't blanket statement them as all gay.
Well, they're not, but most of them, you can tell that they are. I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, I'm not...
So
I don't
if you are homosexual, you tend to want to become an air stewardess?
Yes, it's... Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those jobs that attracts that... I don't know. That demographic is the word.
Anyway, who cares about that? Now it's Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil. Oh, yeah, Brazil. Yeah, because we filmed the last episode, it was a few days... Well, we didn't know the results then, but we were talking about the show.
So there was no... We didn't know... The competitor list was sketchy.
Yes.
There was no streaming.
Yeah.
There was no YouTube videos being made.
Nope.
And then I was freaking out because...
Oh, mate. I've got to say, you were right. What did you say?
I was right all along, wasn't
You were
I?
right. You put it on the MD forum. Go and check on the MD Noble forum. AJ, what did you say? This was before we knew what was going on.
I said, brothers, I fear we have a problem. I suspect that the pride of Africa, Lionel Beckham, is in jail.
Yep. And it was technically...
Technically, it was... He wasn't in...
he wasn't arrested. He wasn't arrested. No.
Beckham was not arrested.
No.
But he was in... what's it called? Detention.
He was detained. He was
Detained.
detained for questioning about his sponsor, who had some issues, and I think he was literally ready to go out to the show, wasn't he? And then he got pulled in. So for questioning about...
But is that the same thing as Victor Martinez with immigration detention? Is that the same thing?
No.
No, it's not.
No. I was actually going to mention Victor, actually. No, it was, because it was... because Bieki, there's definitely... This year, certainly with the Arnold Classic with his passport issues, and then the Arnold Brazil with this is two shows he's prepped for that he hasn't been able to do for different reasons. And this sounds like, I just hope he can turn around his luck. I mean, that is literally what it is.
So on Wednesday...
It's bad luck.
So Arnold Brazil, I thought that's definitely going to be Becky's show to win.
Yes.
So every day on Instagram, he was posting pictures of himself, putting hashtag Arnold Brazil Redemption. I'm going to smoke them all, and etc. etc. On Wednesday, put a picture of Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you laughing about Jesus?
No,
now?
I was thinking,
Easter.
I was actually thinking about. I thought you were going to say baguettes.
Why are we starting with Zach Khan? Isn't it Easter now?
Yeah.
We talked about Jesus. Didn't he get up from the grave or something today? Guys, you don't know the story about Jesus?
Your religion.
I'm Catholic.
You're a man of faith. I am not.
Anyway, so Beckham put up a picture of something Christianity.
Yep.
And then all silent.
Yeah.
He didn't answer his WhatsApp because I call him every day. I said, where are you? What's going on? He didn't answer his Instagram.
Yeah.
And people were talking about Eric Favre on his Instagram. He didn't delete it.
You put 2 and 2 together.
So obviously he wasn't. Everybody knows Beck is not a criminal. So I thought something that he was dragged into Eric Favre.
It was a connection, and as soon as you said that, I thought, yeah, he's probably right.
But what's plot to this story is when I DM'd JM Mannion.
Yeah.
And I asked, do you see Beke and Akeem Williams? Because Akeem Williams had airplane problems to come to Brazil.
Yes.
And J.M. Mannion told me, he's arrived. He had problems with the air, with the plane.
But why did Akeem leave it so late anyway? That's another separate issue, isn't it? Really.
So I thought he meant that Beke and Akeem had some problem with the airplane.
Right.
So I was like, Beke is there, because we didn't see Beke and Akeem in the photo.
Correct.
In the what's it called?
Well, the where they hand the number. No,
you can see MPC online. Use all the pictures. When JM Mannion takes all the pictures.
The athlete meeting.
He wasn't at the athlete meeting.
Well, they have to be at the athlete. Remember when Cedric?
You want to tell what Sean Ray did?
Oof. 2000. This is going back to the very, very well known and very often referred to Arnold Brazil in 2014, which we talked about in last episode of Globe Muscle Radio.
Weird, Sean Ray did that.
I know. I don't.
What did he do for the people at home?
I don't like stuff like that. It's basically Cedric had, I think it was traffic problems. He was stuck in traffic.
With Acito, wasn't it?
No, wasn't this in FIBO?
It was in Brazil.
Brazil, sorry. Yes.
How can it be in FIBO if we're talking about Brazil?
No, it was a FIBO Pro as well. Something happened with Cedric. That's something popped up in my head. You know, my brain flags things up. And yes, and he didn't make the competitor meeting. And apparently, is this correct? Sean Ray.
Let's go on. We want it. Sean Ray is a friend of yours.
Yep.
So yeah, let's go to. Okay, so we thought Akeem. But people want to hear the story.
I'm torn. No, well, basically, Sean was the person that kind of made an issue of it, which then meant Cedric had to be disqualified from the show, which I don't know is.
Yeah, but Cedric and Sean Ray were with Muscle Development at the time.
Right, okay.
So it makes it even more weird.
Yeah.
And then he posted those frog pics on the boards second later, remember?
Yeah, Kermit Frog pictures he likes to post. I know. It's a bit unfair. I don't know. That's something personally I wouldn't do. You know, I mean, for a competitor to do that to competitor, because sometimes things do happen. You know, things can crop up,
but he's got a new job. Where does he work for now, Sean Ray?
Sean's just doing a lot of show promotion. He's got
he travels a lot.
We had brunch at the Arnold Classic, and he said he has 5 shows. 2 he runs himself fully, and he has 3 that he kind of does with partners, and they use his name, and he gets they kind of split the profits. But he's at these shows, he's comparing, he's using his contacts to bring in sponsors, and I mean that's five kind of big shows. I think 2 in Maui and Hawaii.
Did you have him beat Dorian Yates, by the way, any of those years?
No, and Sean Ray and Kevin Ravone are my 2 all-time favorite bodybuilders. Sean Ray was my original favorite. I mean, when I told my dad that I was covering shows for MD, the British Grand Prix, the Nordic Pro, we covered many shows together. When I told my dad in Cyprus, that I was working with Sean Ray, my dad was like, yeah, it's like, no, because I remember, he remembers how I was a Sean Ray fanatic. I was an absolute. I mean, I just. He was my. When I was 15, 16 years old, So
that's one of the things I can say. Being on this show, that I struggle the most with, because
what's that?
That's what can I say? Because he's such a legend, Sean Ray, and other people. Yeah. People you looked up all your life. So you don't want to. You really don't want to talk no negative about them, because. Yeah. They're the only reason why we're even here, because they inspired you to,
Plus, he bought me lunch a few weeks ago.
So, but there's some snitching going on, bro.
I know. I don't understand the thought process behind it. I don't understand. I mean, to me, that's kind of the actions of someone that's a bit mean-spirited. It is.
Well, but
no,
it
is.
is. But he does a great job representing IFBB, bro.
Job, yeah. And he
travels the world.
But there's an example of a bodybuilder that managed to reinvent himself after competing. I was actually I was very happy because I was at the 2001 Olympia when he did his last Olympia. His last ever Olympia. So for a huge Sean Ray fan, his first Olympia was in 88. So he was going, first started competing as a pro in 1987. Fantastic 14-year career.
He has to be one of the best to give routines of all time.
Oh, fantastic. And you know what? The first proper posing routine I ever saw of Sean Ray's from the 1987 Nationals on his The Lifestyles of the Fit and Famous video.
Yeah.
That was the first proper posing routine I ever saw. He did that at the last Olympia he ever did, which I was at. And I remember getting a bit emotional.
And you can see his daughter acting in the O.J. Simpson case.
Yes.
What's it called? On Netflix.
Yes, the O.J. That was fantastic. That won loads of awards, didn't it? It was great.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and...
Do you think O.J. was guilty then, or like R. Kelly?
O.J. Simpson was innocent.
Really?
Now we can make fun of people killing each other.
Don't.
No, but he got acquitted of killing his wife. That's not something to make fun of,
I thought he got convicted for it when they did the case.
Nope.
Didn't they? Oh, sorry.
He went to jail later for robbing some people for his own property
in Las Vegas, wasn't it?
In Las Vegas,
and they kind of threw the book at him, didn't they?
But it's a big sub. The people why quit O.J. Simpson. It was just that a lot of people understand. A lot of people with black ethnicity,
right,
or whatever you want to call. In those days, they wanted O.J. Simpson to be found not guilty just because he was black,
Yeah, I remember.
Because there was so much racism. It was just after
that whole case was so twisted.
There was a lot of
media. It was such a muddied, watered case. It was
a lot of people, we wanted O.J. to go free just because we wanted to have a black man go free.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we felt it was because all what the police have done to black people down there.
Right, okay. Right.
So it was more obviously everybody knew there was something suspect going on.
Yeah.
Where are we talking about? Why are we on O.J. Simpson?
We always do this.
It was because his daughter plays...
Yes, she was in it, yeah.
She was in it.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something else about Sean Ray. But Sean Ray was always one of my favourites. And I've been lucky enough to work with him. And it's good. It's good. But like I said, I don't agree with some of the things he says and posts and stuff. I think, I wouldn't. There was something from a case a few months ago of something with a pro bodybuilder we've had on our show, and he posted, and he was kind of, and no one was kind of posting about it because we kind of knew it was a bit of a storm in a teacup, and but he was the one to post it. I think, oh come on, just leave it, just don't,
Yeah.
Back
to Brazil. That's where we started to go off all on other Beke.
Yeah.
So I think Jay Mannion thought Beke was there. It was really Akeem that was there.
Okay.
Akeem came running in the Brazil show with no tan on.
I know. You could see you could tell by his face he'd not prepared properly for that.
And Beke wasn't there.
I know.
So what happened in the Brazil though? Forget about it. We had
who did you have winning? Because Juan Morel won it. Rafael Brandao was second, and we had Akeem in third. Who did you have winning that? Did you have?
You got to give a mention to my main man, Essa Obiad.
Oh, Essa Obiad in fourth place, correct?
And Sergio Olivier's training partner and friend.
Who's that?
Eddie Bracamonte.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I don't know if they trained that much. I saw them on Instagram to get a training.
Okay, once.
Eddie Bracamonte. Is that how you say?
Okay.
Bracamonte.
I'm not sure.
He turned pro in 2017 or 16.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he? He was kind of the best of the not known guys.
Yeah, Eddie Bracamonte. So, give me your opinion first.
Rafael all the way. 25 years old. Yes, of course, Juan was bigger, but for me, I like a more balanced physique. And I saw something you put on the forum saying that...
First, tell me why you think Brandao should win. I should tell me what I'm opinion.
No. First of all, you said Juan Morel blew Rafael away from the back. And I thought you were trolling there. Come on, AJ. He didn't. Rafael top to toe is a lot more complete, certainly in the variable biceps.
Chris, can you please go on YouTube and type in Morel versus Brandao?
Come on. He's a bit Brazil. Like Bieki. Morel's got nothing going on.
You're dissing Bieki too, eh?
No. Well, he does have that's his Achilles heel, his posterior chain, I think they call it.
Okay, so you have Brandao winning.
Yeah. No, the thing is, obviously he's not as big, but beautiful shape, beautiful quality. You know, it's not a body part contest. It's not an upper body contest. Juan was big. I actually put on the forum, I says, Juan is probably going to win this, but I think Rafael should win this. You know, so Rafael now he's still not qualified for the Olympia. Now, his sponsors really, really want this guy in the Olympia. They wanted him in last year. That's why they competed him to death nearly last year. What did he do, like 5 shows last year, and then his placings were just slipping more and more?
So Juan Morel came in. I felt he had to win this show.
Yes, he
because
had to. Yeah.
It's been a while since he won the show, hasn't it?
Correct.
Even though he's not from Brazil, he's from the Dominican Republic. Brazil, they speak Spanish, so it's a little bit. It's not like he's a Russian winning in Brazil.
Yeah.
I have Morel winning.
Okay.
He's
big. He's a big guy. He's big.
Man.
He's big.
He's big, man. Really big, man.
Yes, but you know, from the upper body, yes. Lower body, Rafael blew him away. But then Rafael is more balanced.
Yeah, but Morel's side. The sides look good.
Yes, in fact, there was
his hams look good. Correct.
There was only one pose I thought Juan had, and I felt that was a side tricep.
That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah. No. For me. But I knew Juan was going to win.
Why?
I just knew he was. But I personally would have had Rafael winning.
Have you found it, Chris?
And the score sheets were very, very clear. Clear first, clear second. So
it was clear. It was clear.
It was 3-3-3, 6-6-6.
Now I just think Morel, he was a lot bigger, Giles. And all of a sudden, you can't just change your criteria because you like Brandao better. All of a sudden,
I'm not changing any criteria. It's balance. It's symmetry.
Yeah, but that doesn't usually
symmetry and proportion is the criteria.
How many times? No.
What?
It's size also. You're forgetting about size.
How did Sean Roden win the Olympia last year? Was it because he was the biggest up there?
Some people suspect there was some politics going on.
No, there wasn't.
There was no lead up with Phil Heath. Remember, he wasn't on the commercials coming in.
Oh no, you're just talking shit, mate. You're talking bullshit now. Stop.
No, but that was
Sean Roden won that fair and square.
You had Phil Heath third.
Third.
You said all the time. You always
he could on the Saturday. He could have. I would have had no argument with Rowley coming second. And before you start thinking I'm a short Phil Heath hater.
No, you're not.
I had Phil winning in 2010.
Didn't you have Bonai beating Phil Heath too in 2017?
Oh God, I feel like a déjà vu here. Chris is just going. Hang on, haven't we been here before, guys?
You want to talk about the time Triple H you met? But.
What?
Brandao has been beautiful shape. He's 25.
25.
The future is like...
It's bright.
It's so shiny. I got to wear glasses on because his future is so...
Future's so bright, I got to wear shades.
Yeah.
You never heard that song if it was a British song.
Oh, that was a British song.
Yeah.
Who's singing it?
I can't remember. It's a few years ago now.
I hope we get Jeff Beckham to sing later for us.
Yes.
No, but Brandao looked great. It's just that... I like Morel. He's bigger.
So what's Akim going to do now? Because it's like we were expecting him to come in sharper. And he came in...
Yeah, that's because the plane ride was confusing, bro.
Oh, come on. You should have get there earlier.
There was some visa problems.
Get it sorted. Get there a week early. When my partner Rosie, we went to Dallas, we got there a week before. Get there a week before. Don't turn up on the day of the show. I'm sorry, that's not acceptable.
Giles, obviously we're not IFBB Pro League guys, competitors. But on this show, every Sunday...
What's that got to do with anything?
On this Sunday, for people at home, I don't sleep all Sunday because I'm so anxious to promote bodybuilding.
Yes.
Look at my hair.
Beautiful.
I do my hair every Sunday.
Yeah.
You see my beard?
Yeah.
It's very... Every Sunday,
you've got a very strong beard game.
If we can do all this, because it's so important for us to promote bodybuilding, we want to try to not look like scrubs because we want to present bodybuilding
fully tailored.
No, but we just want we want to be when we look at us. Oh, those are not like nerds, at least you know.
Yeah.
Why can't these people they prepped all this long?
No.
They can't even come on this show in time. They don't even know the times, bro.
I know. Well, we've been pretty lucky, I think,
And if
up
you're
till
going
now.
to Brazil, why can't you get your visa sorted? I don't understand.
Yeah, but this goes right back. This goes right back to the 90s when I remember Kevin Levrone pulled out of 2 Grand Prix tours because he didn't have his passport sorted. And it's like, if that's the only show you know you're doing all year, then surely you should be able to get your passport sorted. Like in the UK, we have passport offices around the UK where if you go and wait for a few hours, you can sit and wait and get your passport done in a few hours. So you don't leave it to the last minute.
Well, is it the weed to blame?
Weed? Well, I don't smoke weed.
A lot of the bodybuilders smoke a lot of weed.
I don't know.
So you wait and you wait and because these people.
Oh, it was wasn't it National Weed Day the other day? Because I was on the forum and I said, someone said Happy 420 Day.
420 is National Weed Day on the 20th of April.
Why?
Why?
Was it?
It was back in the 70s. There was something that went on in America, and they used the code name 420 as part of the police department to say there's a 420, and that was marijuana.
Okay.
What do you think will happen if weed gets legal in England, Chris?
There'll be a lot of happy people, a lot of chilled people.
I have. I do use the CBD
Knife
oil.
Knife crime might go down.
Yeah. Everyone's just too chilled.
Come on, man. It might go up.
No. I use CBD oil. I use CBD oil.
That's a lot of bodybuilders promote that.
Yeah.
The drops, you do.
No, I like it. I've had 3 or 4 different types and I think they're great. But I've never, ever smoked weed. Ever. You don't believe me, do you? I've never smoked. I have eaten it because a friend of mine...
As Dennis Wolfer said, Jills, come on.
Jills. on my birthday once, I went down to went on the train across to my friends and I had some Metrex pancake mix. And he said, oh, don't worry, Giles, it's your birthday.
I love them pancake mixes.
He says, I'll make it for you. You go and sit down. You go and wait. So he says, I thought, oh, this is so nice. My birthday and 23rd birthday. So then he came over and I was eating them and they were a bit crunchy, a bit gritty. And I thought, well, I don't want to offend him. And all of a sudden I started feeling a bit, I said, Gareth, I said, what have you done? And he just started giggling. And he'd crumbled a load of... So yeah, and then my girlfriend that night on the phone finished with me because I got on the phone and I couldn't speak. And she said that's an admission of guilt that you're with your ex-girlfriend in London.
All I know is that I've never spoke to a person.
Not a very good story.
No, did you hear that?
No, the total flat, that one.
All I know
I've
is
been saving that one for weeks.
People who stop smoking weed have all told me my life is so much better.
Yeah,
so that's all I want.
So why do so many bodybuilders cane it?
Cane? What do you mean? The pound it? You mean? Cane, what does cane it mean? What does that? What does cane it mean?
I don't think you do that with
yeah, like this.
Do it a lot. That's what
cane it. Yeah, cane it.
Like pound it
a lot.
Yeah, you pound in the
you pound in the weed. That's how you do it. You didn't understand that.
This is the cultural divide. This is
it.
Norway to UK here.
No, that's American, isn't it? Pounding it.
Our good friend Joe Rogan really recommends it, and he's an avid smoker of it. Smokes it on the show,
but he's
on his podcast.
No, you can't really call a weed smoker a functional drug addict, can you? That's more when you like.
I'm not expert in it. All I know is that it's a little bit different.
I don't know.
In America, you can actually go to the pharmacy.
It's legal in California.
And you can probably get a weed for each type.
But what we're getting at is what are the benefits to bodybuilders? I don't see, because doesn't it raise estrogen levels?
Yes.
It'll if you're dieting, wouldn't it increase your appetite, which is negative?
Correct.
Which you would not want for dieting.
Cheat on your diet,
You need something to, this is why a lot of the bodybuilders can't get their asses in condition.
Because of the weed?
Maybe they're just getting the munchies and then they're just getting stoned and then they're just eating shit.
But some people use it as a pain relief after the gym, huh?
Well, just have a hot bath. Take some aspirin. Eat some protein. Or just accept that you're going to be sore the next day if you've just squatted 600 pounds for 10 reps.
So we had...
Hello.
What were we talking about? Morel winning Brazil.
Morel, yes. Abiyad, Issa, Hakim.
And we got a major announcement.
Have we?
We got Dexter Jackson versus Big Ramy.
Oh, yeah.
In the Tampa
Pro.
When is that? When is that again?
That's in August, and that is the last qualifier.
And Tampa Pro is always a very well-run show.
I went to it in 2017.
Is it Edgar? Who is it?
Tim Gardner.
Tim Gardner.
It was fantastic. Apparently he's moved it because when I went over there with my partner Rosie, she did the women's physique. We went over there and it was a beautiful hotel in Tampa. The venue was literally behind the hotel restaurant, so you just literally walked around. There was trade stands. The venue was beautiful. The place was hot. It was a kind of place you'd want to go back the year after just to watch and
So if you're gonna have a show,
Josh Lenartowicz won that one night.
If you're gonna have a show.
Yeah.
Other than ourselves, because we're going to be contest promoters soon, of course.
One day.
Who would you have running your show? You can choose only one.
Yeah, Tim Gardner. Tim Gardner. I tell you, the Parisos are very good. Ed and Betty Pariso. Because they did, like I said, the 2016 Dallas, which partner Rosie, she won. That was the first one I chose for her in abroad. And I said, let's do an American show. And it was fantastic expos.
Betty Pariso, she used to compete, correct?
Yeah, she was competing right into her 50s.
Yeah. She still looks very good. She's very feminine and very strong. And
very successful couple at Ed and Betty. They're really lovely people.
Hard workers.
Ed's had 2 years ago. He had cancer.
Oh.
Quite aggressive cancer. He's still with us, so he's doing well. But they're really nice people, very classy people, very successful people as well. But they run very, very. I think the whole family's involved in the business. But that was the Parisos, Tim and Eileen Gardner. Didn't you? Yeah. Lovely people. Very good. They did the Romania, so they're going outside America now. So they're, I think in a couple of years, Tim could be completely global. Oh, Tony Doherty, very good.
Tony Doherty also.
Arnold, Australia.
Yeah. Now you're giving 10 names. I give me one name. You give me 10 names.
Sorry.
Tim Gardner. So
I get excited.
Tampa Pro, Dexter Jackson.
Yeah.
Versus Big Ramy El Sabaye. How do you say the last name? Yeah.
Oh, Big Ramy.
Yeah, but come on, say it.
Mahmoud El Sabu. I can't say it.
El Sabaye.
Yeah. But that's why we all call him Big Ramy.
So he's fasting Ramadan now. So he has not right now, but that starts in. I don't remember exactly, but so he couldn't do the show before because he has the Ramadan.
Didn't he do the 2013, 2014 New York Pro? How was he fasting doing it then? But doesn't it move or something?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of comments on the...
Yeah. So he's fasting, so he has to wait a little bit later.
Yeah.
So he's doing the Tampa Pro versus Dexter Jackson.
Yeah. So he got 2008...
That's his last chance to go to the Olympia.
So if he doesn't win that, imagine if Big Ramy does not get to the Olympia. Is that... What if Dexter turns up looking amazing and Ramy is clear second?
You saw his guest posting video.
Dexter.
Yeah?
I've not seen it, but I've seen the thumbnail.
Ramadan 2018 was 16th of May to the 14th of June. Ramadan 2019 is from the 5th of May to the 4th of June.
Though he said 2013 is what he won.
I'm just saying seeing if it changes. So the 2013.
So it changes.
That was 8th of July to the 7th of August. So it does change. I will find out why.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, our
expert.
Yeah, nerd.
Tampa Pro, yeah.
Yes.
So this is going to be exciting. Dexter Jackson is already qualified for every Olympia because he's a past Mr. Olympia.
2008. Yeah.
A rule that should be forever.
He won the Arnold Classic that year as well. Do you know what? Funny thing about Dexter Jackson is, I was at the 2012 Arnold Classic, and that was when he went down to 5th place. And everyone just went, finally he started to slip because he was over 40, and they seem to think even then, once you get past 40, you start to slip. And then he came back, and just when you thought, he's at the tail end of his career, he comes back in 2013, wins it. I think he win it again in 2000 and... It wasn't 15 because that was Dennis Wolf. He won it again, and then he won the other Mr. Olympia title. Remember the German one? That was 2015, I believe. And he's just been the guy. He's like 49 now, and he's still bringing it.
So who do you think is going to win, Dexter Jackson or Big Ramy?
I can't even comprehend what will happen if Ramy doesn't. That would be shocking. And that thing is, then he's wasted his year. Because what's he going to do? Go and get ready for Prague or one of the post-Olympia and not be in the Olympia? Do you think they'd give him a special invite? Do you think that would happen? Or do you think what if Ramy turns up and he is off and Dexter is bang on? Do you think they would... What do you think? What happens though? The thing is, if he's not on and Dexter is... and he's clearly second, and because you have to win to qualify, and that's your last chance. It's not like he can, like Luke Sandow now is because he's had 3rd, 5th, and 4th from doing the 3 shows he did. He knows he's probably pretty much got enough points to qualify for the Olympia now, so he knows he's got enough points. But if Ramy gets second, I mean, he might. What if he gets 3rd?
No, but Neil Hill won't make this happen. Neil Hill is going to be on Big Ramy.
Yeah.
But Dexter Jackson and Big Ramy, who do you think is going to win? You didn't answer me.
It's got to be Ramy, isn't it? I prefer Dexter's physique.
It's a hard choice.
I prefer Dexter's physique.
It's a hard choice, isn't it?
The thing is, I think the most exciting thing that everyone is most looking forward to is what is Ramy going to bring after last year when he got 6th? What is he going to bring? And what is he going to bring now he's working with Neil?
Because he's very downsized at the moment.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. Maybe that's a tactic. I mean, a lot of these guys. I mean, you look at Sean Roden and Phil Heath when they're in the off season. Everyone goes, "Oh, what's happened to them?" They do. They how can I put this? They cycle properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do. They do. They come off. They clean out and they do downsize a little bit. Give the joints a rest. Kevin Levrone used to do it every single year for 10, 12 years on the trot.
It's a lot of exciting shows this season, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not only Olympia.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to...
Before we do that, can I just update you on the Ramadan situation?
Please do.
Just so we're fully informed and educated.
Okay.
It's an educational platform after all.
Yep, it is.
The date of Ramadan changes year by year because of its timing based on the lunar calendar rather than the Georgian calendar.
Okay.
And that's 11 days shorter year by year. It revisits its cycle and starts on the same date again every 33 years or so.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's interesting.
This is not a shout out that I have up. I just want to give a little shout out to, remember Baitu Abbaspor?
Yes.
Man.
Fantastic.
We're gonna, because I was in the gym the other day. In Norway, we have a lot of Iranians, Persians. So he was a really role model.
He was like the Hadias today. That if you can think of,
but what happened? He got sick, and all of a sudden,
it was I think it was inflammation of the veins, the vascular system. I remember Dennis James said it. He said it was horrific. He died in a lot of pain. I know it was.
Everybody loved.
Horrible.
Nobody has said one bad thing about Baitu ever.
I met him in.
What a good guy.
He was at the same hotel when I covered the 2012 Nordic Pro for MD.
How was he?
Lovely guy, really nice. I remember because he had these really funky, bright yellow leggings on, and his quads were amazing. But he had the kind of hype around him like Hadi does today. That same sort of, and he's huge. And some of these Middle Eastern guys, they have such a big fan base.
Speaking of Middle Eastern, there was a Lebanon. Well, that's not Lebanon. Let's go back to geography.
Lebanon, Beirut.
Is that Middle East or Europe, Giles? Let me see what you say.
What?
Is Lebanon in Europe or Middle East?
Middle East.
You sure about this?
Mm-hmm.
You're 100% sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
A few.
I think so.
I thought it was a trick question.
No, but Lebanon Pro was just...
Yes.
And can you give us the names just so we have the names? We have to write them down.
We've got them. I'm just looking.
212 Lebanon Pro.
Farhad Haziza won it.
Saudi Arabia, I think.
I'm actually not familiar with this guy because I looked at the competitor list before and I recognized a few names on there.
The number 2 guy we thought gonna win, didn't we?
Jatan Azizi. I think you've written that down wrong. Jahad.
Jahad, yeah.
Jahad. He did the Arnold Australia last year. And he did 212 and he did open at the Arnold Australia and he won a 212 because he was at the Olympia last year. Very big 212. Very, very impressive.
And third was
Ahmad Al-Sad. I can't read your right. Ahmad Al-Sadani, who I had him as the favourite going in because I seen all the videos and there was a lot put out on Instagram and all the pictures and photo shoots and everything. And he's very good. So that's a solid top 3 there. Very good show.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of the Americans or...
Why didn't no American go to Lebanon, man?
I don't know. Is there problems with... No, there's no problems with visas.
No, Lebanon is
the other way around, isn't it?
Lebanon is a great... I've been there on vacation one time.
Have you?
Very, very nice.
Is it?
Very... it's like a party town.
Okay, I've had Lebanese food. It's nice.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, really nice. Persian. Is that Persian?
Yeah, Beirut, Lebanon. Yeah. It's,
Persian. Yeah, I've had... Yeah, very nice.
The kebabs and the...
Chicken zabzi polo I've got in my head. Chicken with this like orange sauce and... rice. Yeah, I've got the time. Yep. Yes. What are we talking about?
We were talking about Baitu Abbaspor was a
great he was
guy.
fantastic. He was he was winning open shows and 212 shows.
Have you seen the pictures of Hadi though? Wow. No, the pictures, how he looks now in the gym.
Yeah.
Amazing.
100% he should go. If he can't get to America and do the 212 and really aim to win the 212 Olympia, which he cannot at this point in time, he really, really needs to just do open shows because it's more prize money. He'll take bigger names. Because like I said, many, many times, I was at the 2017 San Marino, and many people had him beating Cedric. He was second to Cedric. Brandon Curry was third. Tim Buddersheim was fourth.
That's a good talent.
Yes.
Tim from Germany.
Young guy in his 20s. He's doing the New York Pro as well.
Oh, the New York Pro is looking stacked.
Who else? Somebody else.
Everybody's doing it.
Yes.
John Delarosa.
Delarosa, yeah.
James Hollingshead. Mm-hmm. Dwayne, this is 212 though, so Dwayne Cube, he's improved tremendously.
Yeah, 4 days. Do you know what that was?
He opened a new gym now with a new gym.
Oh, he's got 2 supplement shops and a gym.
Yeah. And Nikki and Brie Bella was there.
Who?
You don't know. It's 2 female wrestlers for people at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was married to John Cena and...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dating, or I don't know if they were married.
Yeah. But Dwayne was looking a little bit behind, wasn't he? Oh. And then he posted some pictures 4 days later.
What impressive.
But you know what his coach did? He put him on 0 carbs for 4 days. And he just went... And he just tightened up beautifully. Beautiful.
I hope he can pull it through, huh?
Yeah.
So John Delarosa, who else is doing it? Nathan Diasha. Ian Valerie is not... Yeah,
Valier's not doing the New York Pro. He's going straight to Toronto. He's just doing Toronto. Then you've got Antoine Vallant.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, How did you like the interview with him?
Oh, do you know what? I said beforehand, I got a feeling this is going to be one of my favourite episodes of Globe Muscle Radio ever.
Episode 16?
Episode 16, correct, yeah.
You had Antoine.
He was fantastic.
And who else did we have on the show?
Antoine. Milan Shadek. And... over to you.
Come on, you don't remember we had Wesley Wissers?
Oh, Wesley, yeah. I only listened to it yesterday in the car.
Stay golden just now.
Stay golden.
Stay golden.
Yeah, because you dissed me because he said, stay, I can't say it. Stay golden, Wesley. And I kind of stepped in and you went, what? We don't want to hear it from you, Giles.
Why would you say when we have the guy?
It's just, I get triggered.
So, are we going to do some shout outs? Because before we do the shout outs, I'm really excited. Not all the people we call global muscle. So not everybody speaks perfectly English, you know. So we have maybe people don't understand him, but we got some guys really exciting to hear from. Andrea Presti.
Oh yes,
we're gonna have him on later from Italia.
Very young, another guy who's coming up very very fast in Europe.
Oh,
and remember Flex Lewis was one of the ones to alert us in episode 2 of Globe Muscle Radio. And you can tell this guy he's got it up here. He's got the mental strength. He's got the eye of the tiger. And 24 years old, you said?
Fantastic.
I thought you were joking when you said that. I was like, no, he can't be 24.
If I can be from any European country in the world, I will want to be from Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been about 10 times.
Italians, such classy people.
Well, I used to go.
Food, every music.
I used to go with my old boss, a very, very well-known British bodybuilder called John Citrone, and we used to travel over there. I used to do the driving.
John, is he bald?
John Citrone. He was to train with Arnold and compete with Arnold, and he's still looking good at 75. And in fact, I'd love to get him on the show one day. I'd love to get him on. He was my training partner. Imagine that. Saying John Citrone, like after Dorian Yates was the most famous British bodybuilder. He was not just competing for.
He's not more famous than Nathan Diasha.
Yeah, I would say.
No.
So. Yeah, over AJ. This guy wasn't just competing for 50 years. He was winning for 50 years.
Nathan Diasha is the pride of the UK. Everybody knows this.
I thought you said Jamaica.
He's
both. Yeah.
Who's this?
Okay. Look at that. This is my old training partner, John Citrone.
To the left there?
Yeah, to the left. That was 1967. I don't even have to look at it. Am I right?
Wasn't the guy who looked like you in a nice shirt, was it?
No.
You remember that guy next to Arnold?
1967, Nabby Universe.
Oh, wow. He looks
in fact, I bet you can find some of my photographs. Yeah.
How old was he there?
He was about 58 there.
Wow.
56, 57. These photos here with Kamal, these are my photos. That one there.
That one?
I took that in Thessaloniki in Greece in 2002.
I've seen him on the boards.
I took that.
Wow, look how thick he is, huh?
Yeah, and there he is with Arnold there. Look at the couple of years ago. Now, I'm going to sound like you. Can you imagine the fact the fact that this was my training partner solidly for a year, and it was no coincidence that about.
Oi, oi, oi.
Look at him.
Like a Munster there.
He was like mid-50s there. 99. What was he there? 20. He's about 60 years old then, maybe? No, was it 20 years? 20...
There's no cheat meals in that diet.
No, he's in late 50s there.
Wow.
But this guy was super strong. I mean, he was setting bench press records in his shed when he was a teenager. Seriously. I mean, this guy is, when you talk about real legends, and this is why I moved to Newcastle. I lived up there 14 years. I worked for John for nearly 5 years. And built his supplement company and his we've had some fantastic times together, me and John.
Proper English legend.
I could get emotional talking about John. Seriously, it's like that was I took that photo. That's a Tiger pick, 2002. That literally to the left was the back door, the venue for the NABBA Worlds. And I said, "Come on, guys, let's get some pictures. It's nice and hot."
That's a cool picture, though.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Yeah. And if you go to the one with right, that one there. That was in 1998 in Alicante, Spain. This guy on the left was the junior winner, a guy called Stuart Cameron. He sadly died in 2000.
Oh, no.
And there's John in his mid-50s. You wouldn't believe, I think, what is that, 20...
Look how deep cuts in his abs.
What is it, about 30 years apart, these guys. Now, it's funny because I was doing this photo shoot.
How tall is he?
John, he's short. He's about 5'4", 5'5". But loves his cars. We used to go out. Sometimes on a Sunday, he'd say, come on, John, let's go out for a spin. And we'd go out in his Ferrari or... Ooh. Yeah, and one day he says, come on, Giles, go out for a drive. And he pulls up in this black Dexter because I was living in one of his old houses when I first moved up. And he says, oh, you can live there. He says that the place is vacant. This was a 7-8 bedroom house with an indoor swimming pool. I lived there rent-free, bill-free for a year. He says, you can live there. Yeah, it's fine. Big Italian marble bathroom. Class.
So he was a businessman beside bodybuilding.
Oh, he was a very successful businessman. He used to import gym equipment, Panatra equipment. He had about 13 gyms. He was, he's and do you know the funny thing? I interviewed him once for a magazine, and this is a guy that's won more titles than anyone else in history. They are, look at that. He loves his cars. He has about 20 cars at any one time.
Wow.
So, yeah, look at that. That's literally one of, like, the hardest thing this guy has to worry about is deciding which cars. But he has like AC Cobras, replicas.
How did he make his money?
I've just said gyms and gym equipment and supplements and literally any way,
A proper bowler.
Oh, man, I've got, do you know what? I could talk for hours about some of the great times me and John have had.
There's some good times in the UK. We got Heath coming to Birmingham the 12th.
Yes.
And we have something very special. We have Sylvester Stallone. Have you heard about it? It's coming to the UK for a 2 nights only.
Can we get him in the studio?
An experience with.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah,
with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, they're good. Those. That's
a legend.
Arnold does those as well. Yeah.
I don't want to. For me, Sylvester Stallone is. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
No.
No.
But I really love Sylvester Stallone. He's done a lot for bodybuilding. He's done a lot for bodybuilding, man.
And do you know what? I will say this now. I think he's a good advocate for TRT.
He's been on TRT.
Testosterone and growth. Yeah. He's been taking. He's a proponent. Apparently, he was supposed to do.
He got stopped in Australia. Remember?
On Joe Rogan, they said he was going to do an interview. This is what Joe Rogan said. He was going to do an interview on TV for the benefits of small amounts of testosterone and growth hormone for guys over 40, and apparently got pulled at the last minute. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was looking in my 70s, in fact, even if I was in 50s, maybe 40s, as good as Sylvester Stallone, I mean, the guy, there's a proponent for TRT. I've got no problems with TRT. I TRT.
Such a legend.
I TRT.
We got who do we have in this episode? We have John Delarosa.
Correct.
We have Andrea Presti.
Correct.
We have my Norwegian friend Ole Kristian. How do you say it?
You just said it right, yeah.
How do you say it?
Ole Kristian Vaaga.
Yeah.
Ole.
And ole. That's Spanish, isn't it?
Chris, can you get me some rackets, please?
And we have one of my favorite pros currently in the scene, Jeff Beckham.
Oh, Jeff Beckham.
Forgot. Why did you do that? You forgot Jeff
No,
Beckham?
because we have a lot of guests over 2 days. I get confused sometimes what we're doing when.
Who's your 3 favorite pros currently competing? After you talk to them.
I like Rowley. And when do you mean after talk?
No, we don't want to, because there's so many people we don't want to leave people out of it. Forget it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Who's your 3 favorite people in the industry?
People or physiques? Be specific.
Personality-wise.
Flex Lewis. I like him. He's a good businessman, good guy. He's never forgot his roots. Always remembers his old pal Giles.
Because this is very important because you know them all. So this is very important. So Flex knows this.
Do you know what? I'm really, really glad I've got to know Phil Heath because he's had so much. I think he's changed a lot. I think he's been on a bit of a journey in the last year or two. And I really, really like when we did that. That for me was the best way to start this show when Phil came on the first episode. It blew me away, seriously. It was like, I remember I got emotional. Do you remember? I was like, he said something and honestly, I really connected with what he was saying. He really spoke from, I felt like, I don't know, I felt inspired. So that, Flex, Phil, personality-wise, oh, God. I'm gonna be really, I'll come back to this one. Because I get on so well with so many of them.
Me too, but the one who surprised me the most, so I'm really starting to really like, not surprised me, but George Peterson.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Really
I've seen you two interacting because
really
you like the open pros. You get really excited about the open pros, so.
I get turned on.
You get turned on by the open pros. So when I said, I've got a classic guy, you were just like, oh, okay. You were not as excited as if he was an open pro.
No, not
and as soon as we did it, like I always look for your reaction as soon as we finished the interviews, and you were like, "Wow, great guy!" You know, just a real good role model.
Phil Heath said, "It's the open is where it's at." That's how you get that Bob chick. That's the only way to get the sand out.
Yeah, well, like Wesley Vissers, maybe coming back as an open. I mean,
no, but George, very good man.
Yeah,
you saw him on Instagram the other.
You were surprised by Zach, though, weren't you, AJ?
Surprised?
Yeah, surprised.
Well, I've seen Zach for many years.
So you were familiar with him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always liked his humor. I'm surprised by his intelligence.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the one surprised me.
I think that really came across in the seminar we did on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because he really spoke, and because I'll be honest, every time I do something with Zach, I always worry that I'll say it now, I worry that the ZKK character is going to come out and it's going to take over. Like that persona, which to be honest, I can't really connect with all the
pussy boys.
Yeah, I kind of get. I don't know. I want to see. I want to speak to my friend Zach, who I've known 20 years, not someone who's kind of performing. I don't want to see a performing seal. I want to see my friend and talk to him, and that's exactly what he did at that seminar on Saturday. And he was so. He really spoke from the heart. He seemed like he was in a really good place. And like he said, he is very intelligent. It makes me laugh when people say that Zach Khan or Ronnie Coleman aren't smart. And you think, Ronnie Coleman. I know these guys, and they are the last thing they.
Coleman is one of the smartest guys.
Oh, come on!
Just because he's not.
I worked for Ronnie for 2 years. This is.
Why do people say he's not? What is it? Accent? What is the?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's because Ronnie doesn't actually say that much. But when I've been with him and I've been in with his company with other people, when he goes to say something, it's of worth. It's like his words have meaning. When he actually talks, everyone kind of stops. And it's not just because it's Ronnie, it's because everything he says is worth hearing. Because he doesn't talk, he doesn't flap his gums, he doesn't talk shit. And he won't gossip, he won't badmouth people. He has a really he sits there and you can see he's taking it all in and he's thinking, he's a thinker. So when he talks, it's like I don't think anyone could misquote or take a quote where Ronnie said something dumb or stupid or something outrageous. He doesn't say it because and how many interviews has he done? So yeah, Ronnie, greatest of all time.
Before we go to shout outs, because we got to end it.
Yep, we've got our next.
Have you seen how Phil Heath looks now?
Yeah, really big. Yeah.
You think he might not tell us and just do the Olympic 2019?
I've got a funny feeling. Imagine if him and I don't even want to say this, but imagine if him and Kai did the Olympic this year. Because did you hear that Kai?
You said the other episode, stop mentioning Kai's name.
I did, but somebody said that Kai's been having meetings with Dan Solomon, who's now the AMI promoter. Yeah, Jay ain't making a comeback, but Jay's got a new supplement company, so he's probably looking to promote that. But yeah, could you imagine if they get the competitor meeting and then they do like a 1980 Arnold's where he just kind of turns up and everyone's like, oh no, he's just here to promote something, and they go, no, they turn up in their tracksuits.
Brandon Curry will still beat him.
Brandon Curry? Would he beat?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know, Kai and Phil. So you say he beat Phil?
No.
Ooh.
No, of course not. No.
Gotcha.
Phil Heath will win, of course. But,
okay.
We got to see Brandon Curry now. Yeah. I'm really into Brandon Curry and Phil Heath now.
Yeah.
I don't. Kai won't beat Brandon Curry. Phil Heath.
In your world, you'd love to see Brandon win this year, and you'd love to see Phil come back and win it next year. Do you know what I really want to see? I want to see Phil come back with the stomach fixed, at his best, win the Olympia, and then when he grabs the Sando and they hand the microphone to him and he says, right, I'm done.
I can't choose if Brandon Curry and Phil Heath does it. You don't want to go again because they're both good guys.
Yeah.
So
they're the ones I think that get us the most excited about doing what we do. Correct?
Yeah. So we don't want to. But do you think Phil Heath's gonna? Why does he look so good?
I don't know. Is he just?
Why
is he gonna pull something? Do you think he's gonna?
No, seriously, because he don't want to.
He is AJ. He's
I've asked him over 700 times. Do you do 2019?
He is ramping it up.
He's looking freaky.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't think he even ramped it up this much when he was competing. He would never look this good this far out when he was doing the Olympia. So why is he looking so good right now? He looks better than Sean Roden.
Yeah.
Right now.
I thought you were bragging so much about Sean Roden the other episode, and you put that. Oh man, we don't want to talk about Sean Roden. He's from Jamaica. He's our Mr. Olympia champion.
Yeah.
And he's born in Kingston. Yes.
So
a shout out. I want to give my
We've
shout out.
We've got to go, actually. We've got to...
This
yes.
your shout out?
This is a guy, I think by day, he's a lawyer, and...
he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, yeah.
Wow,
yeah. And he
runs
basically runs an Instagram page, Sulios. This is his name. You can see the name on there, Sulios. Suleose. He's got up over 100,000 followers.
Oh, 100,000.
And he posts every day countless, all levels of athletes, local level, national level, international level, new pros. And do you know what? I've actually been alerted to a lot of very, very good new faces through his account. So he does a great job of promoting bodybuilders all over the world. I mean, look at it. Look at that. I mean, look, these are the guys. These are the guys of tomorrow. And I just love the fact that he puts so much effort in every single day.
So we get him correctly. Is that the guy
That's
to the
him,
right?
Yeah. I was supposed to meet up because I've got his number. Because sometimes when
press it so we can see how he looks.
When I'm at shows, sometimes I'll WhatsApp videos to him, and he'll put them up on his page.
Which country is he? French? Toulouse? Or what is it?
He's American.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lovely guy. Really lovely guy. I've messaged back and forth many times. But I was supposed to meet him in the Arnold. I didn't see him, but he was...
So people want to follow bodybuilding where the newest talent is? You go to Toulouse.
Sulios, yeah. I shouldn't be revealing my sources really, because he loves it. He absolutely loves it. So anyway, we better AJ.
No, we got four. We got to give them shout outs. That's what people like.
Come on then.
You know, I studied the British scene.
Whoa, who's this?
And this is Nancy Jones. You got good content on her page.
When you said Nancy Jones, I thought you meant Nancy Jones, the female bodybuilder from the 90s.
So she's with Century Labs.
So she's not, obviously.
She's with Century Labs.
Okay.
She's very dedicated.
Oh, you've shown me pictures of this girl before.
Yeah.
She's British.
She's British. That's why I'm surprised you don't know her. She's friends with Paul Knight and them. Look at that.
So
look at the picture where she's posting.
There's only one female muscular girl I'm interested
press it,
in. AJ.
Yeah?
There's only one British female muscular girl I'm interested in.
Well, I'm not interested. I'm just saying this is a great
athlete.
Well,
no, I'm showing interest in... Oh, of course, as an athlete, yes, of course.
So she's a great... She's friends with... there's Paul Knight.
Paul Knight on the left.
And Guy Sisternino.
Yeah, because they're both Century Labs as well.
Yeah. So, and if you go to her page, it's always it's like these live updates videos with her coach.
Okay.
I think her coach, if you go all the way up there, that guy there holding her, I think it's his coach.
Who's that? Do I know him?
Do you know him?
I don't know. Is that Paul Knight? Steve Knight.
Is that Steve Knight? I don't know who Steve Knight is.
Hang on. Who is it? Oh, is that a bikini sponsor? No, it's not Steph. So it looks like somebody I used to know.
Okay, so this is a girl to watch. It's very driven.
What class did she do?
You got to check her page out.
Hang on, that looks like a B. That's not BMBF, is it?
She did the Bros to Pros this last 2 weeks ago.
Oh, she looks like... That's a bodybuilding post. She's physique.
Yeah.
She's physique. Yeah, she looks good. She looks really good.
And I like to give shout-outs to the dedicated athletes.
Yeah.
And she's very dedicated. So people, follow Nancy Jones. Yeah, good girl.
Yeah.
And my other shout-out is to my man. This is my man. This is my guy. This is Rolf Gustafsson.
Rolf. He's Norwegian.
Yeah, he won the master overall at Norwegian Grand Prix on Saturday.
Oh, this is the guy you said come running up to.
Yeah, great guy. His family was there.
Good energy.
Great energy. Look, he gave us a shot. If you go up, yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, really good guy. Take a look at his physique, Chris.
Fist bump.
He's dedicated. This guy is dedicated.
Love it.
Huh?
Fantastic. AJ, because we've got another guest on very, very soon. So I think we better wrap this one up. We can talk about
who's going to win, George or Brian, before we go?
Ooh, I think Brian's going to win again.
Again?
Yeah.
Again?
He's very
again?
good.
3 times in a row? Like the Chicago Bulls?
He is more classic for me, but George carries more muscle.
Wester said he was not classic. Remember?
Yeah. Who George Peterson?
Wester Wisser said Beyond was not classic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean that frontal bicep, the way he angles it and the way he poses, he's pretty. Thing is, I don't know. But his condition. 2017 Olympia, the night show. That conditioning was something I really can get on. I can get on board with that. That's awesome.
So you got him over George?
Yeah, I think George will. I don't know what's going on with Bumstead, with this kidney thing. I've got a feeling
doesn't matter when George
he's gone a little bit quiet. He's gone quiet, and I've got a feeling that George will move up this year.
When George turns around, it's lights out from the back.
Final call out, Brian and George.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Drop the mic. Okay, right. Well, we're gonna
drop the mic and keep on talking. That's the whole point of dropping the mic.
You raised a very good point there, AJ.
We're dropping it.
I'm picking it back up again.
No, we're dropping it.
I'm talking into it again.
We're dropping it.
Okay, right. Okay, we'll be right back after the break with our very special guest. Who is it? We don't know. And we're out.
Alright, Giles, I got a bone to pick with you. All this fucking New York pro talk. Nothing about my boy John Delarosa. What do you think about that, John?
Gotta get on the John Delarosa train. He's coming.
Fucking choo-choo, motherfucker.
And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios. And I'm joined by AJ. Sorry, I distracted me there. John Delarosa took a quick snapshot and it threw me a little bit. So sorry, yeah, we are here joined by John Delarosa.
Oh, just excited for this one.
Yeah. John.
No, I told Giles, have you seen the Wrong Line interview with John Delarosa and MD? Like, wow, John, this is, first of all, a great interview you did with Ron Harris about a month ago on Muscle Development. He really,
thank you so much.
Really came forward a lot of personal stories, and people really loved that interview. And it was,
It went really well. I mean, Ron and I have been friends for a long time, so it's easy to kind of just talk about things,
He came with a lot of personal stories, and we don't want to go through that again.
Yeah,
but we're really excited for this New York Pro, John.
Yeah, I'm very, very just excited and confident, and I feel really good going into the show. As you guys know, a lot has changed in my life in the last year, but all for the better. And I think that it's going to make me a better champion, a better person on and off the stage. So I'm just excited to show what I've got, and training with Flex and being in that environment, seeing what the mind of a champion is like, has really, I think, elevated my training and my approach to getting on stage again.
I think it's a real, because I heard about the interview, and I've, there's obviously a backstory and reasons why, and it's a testament to your mental strength that you still carried on with those shows last year. I mean, I'll be honest, I was disappointed when I saw you at the Arnold Classic last year. I was like, because you've always been one of my favorite pros. I've said that many times on the forums. Yeah. It's like, I love this, that front
Thank
double,
you so much.
The front double bicep, the shape, and it was frustrating as a John Delarosa fan to see you coming not hitting the mark. So I was kind of glad in a way that there was a good reason. I hope that's okay to say, but no, it's I mean it. It's
it's fine.
It's honest.
It's fine. Yeah.
Because I remember,
it's the part of life, that unfortunately some of us go through, and finding out 4 days before the Arnold was not the easiest thing, but it's something that happened, and I feel like whenever we go through things in life, I think that we have to keep our we have to stay motivated in the things that are truly important to us and continue to chase those things down. There's always going to be something that happens. So I felt it was really important. First of all, it was my first Arnold Classic ever. I had waited so long to get on that stage.
It was your first one. It was your first one.
It was my first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the nerves and everything with that happening, and then it was a lot. And it's not to make excuses. Look, I've said plenty of times, I don't think I've hit the mark yet as a pro. My career as a pro, although some people may look at the record and say, wow, you've placed top 5 in almost every competition you've done. To me, that's a complete failure. I've been a pro now for 8 years, and if you would have asked me then, I would have told you I would have had at least 10 wins by now.
Yeah,
I've got one win. I've got 3 Olympia appearances, 1 Arnold Classic appearance. So to me, it's been a failure up until this point, but I'm looking to correct those failures this year. It's going to be a good year.
When they always post kind of your best pictures, I think the photos they always use is it from the 2014? It was one of the Europa shows because I recognized the backdrop. It was it 2014?
Yes,
wasn't Tampa, was it? It was another one. It was another
Orlando.
Sorry, I knew it was Florida. But those are the ones where I thought, that's the kind of John Delarosa we kind of expect to see, and that's what we've kind of not seen since. So I mean, when Flex Lewis sent me that video the other day, So we're actually going to put it. We're actually going to put it before this interview because I've got to send it to Chris. So you will have seen this by now. We're obviously alluding to it. He said, he says, Giles, he says, come on, you've forgotten someone in the lead up to the New York Pro, and I didn't actually know you were doing it. So obviously so thank you there for Flex for letting us know that you were doing it. So I'm excited to see, especially since the interview, now that you are in a better place now, mentally and physically.
It's so exciting, John. I've followed you since, you remember the NYPD? You used to be an MD as an amateur, and I used to read about John Delarosa and his dad, and they were eating family with Juan Morel, in Brooklyn, and all of a sudden you turned pro, you had the elevator job, and everything was just perfect with the NYPD Blue, that documentary you had, NYPD, what was it again?
Yeah,
so we really...
NYBB Blue, that was with
Yeah, so we really felt like we know you, so we're so disappointed with what happened the last years, but now we know it's a reason. But what's the what's the difference training with Flex Lewis compared to training with Juan Morel and the New York crew? What would you say is the different? What's different with the training?
Yeah, well, I think I've been blessed to train with a lot of great champions, right? Like, congrats to my brother from another mother, Juan Morel, just winning the Arnold Classic Brazil. I mean, what a look he brought to that show, right? But I've been blessed and I've had incredible opportunities to train with some great champions. Victor Martinez, back in 2007, 2006, when he was, I think, arguably one of the best bodybuilders ever, with the best genetics ever. Yes. Marco Rivera, Juan Morel, Akeem Williams, all those guys trained hard as hell. We had some grueling sessions out there. But I don't think that there's, much difference in the style of training. I mean, Flex trains hard as hell too. I think, honestly, the mental approach going into the gym has made all the difference.
Explain.
Being able, we're training with Flex. I mean, so here, I think the biggest difference for me is we're walking into a private facility that Flex owns. And it's blocked off. I mean, he has trainers working there, but it's blocked off from 12 to 2 every day for us.
From 12 to 2 blocked.
That's like Temple Gym was. When Dorian owned it, he would have it blocked off. He would open it at say 1 and train at 11. So
it's only you guys there at 12 to 2.
It's only us.
Wow,
it's only us.
Fantastic.
Do what you want, man.
Right. No distractions. We have the whole gym to ourselves. We can blast music. We can shut the music off. Whatever mood we're in, we're in there to get after it. So as much as I love interacting with people that love the sport, and I don't even like to call them my fans because I'm just a regular guy. But I'll sit there and chop it up with somebody in the gym, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take 2 minutes and not be an asshole and say hi to this guy and talk about whatever. But then 10 minutes pass and your pump is gone. And, your mental focus is now taken away from what you're going into the gym to do, which is at this point in my career is my job. I'm fortunate to be able to walk into the gym and train and get paid to do this. So I think that's the biggest difference is the mental approach, walking into the gym every day and understanding that we're here to work. We're going to put our bodies through it. There's going to be no distractions. We're here to get a job done. And that job won't be complete until May 18th in 2019, which is New York Pro.
So when you Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, so when you train with Flex, is it just you and Flex, or is there a third person, or does Neil sometimes come in, Neil Hill?
Yeah. That's usually Neil will just jump in with us when he's in town. He's been traveling a lot, as you guys see. He's been working with Rami and
busy, man.
Kind of all over the place. Yeah, he's been very, very, and I'm super, super happy for the guy. But yeah, he's the only other person that might jump in every now and again when he's in town. That's it.
I've trained with Neil. It's quite intense, actually.
Yeah. Look, I remember, everybody thinks, oh, he's a retired. No, he trains hard as hell.
Every time I see him now, because I've known Neil since 1994. I mean, obviously we're all from Wales, me, him, and Flex, and I think every time I've seen him in the last couple of years, he's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm like, Christ, Neil, you're really pulling out the bag here, mate. I said you're supposed to be retired and you're supposed to be training the other guys. You should be, skinny, but he's like, no, I get in there, I jump in and. So it's have you learned anything training with anything new training with those guys, or is it just kind of just more the intensity and the mental approach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you pick up things here and there. We've been doing a lot of little things that Flex likes to incorporate during his prep. I'm not going to give away his secrets, but there are little things here and there that he does that you wouldn't think make a big difference, but they absolutely do. For instance, just like isotension, at the end of a workout, it really brings out a lot of detail and stuff like that. So, little things like that you learn. I being in New York and lifting with fucking Akeem, who lifts like an animal. You're constantly like,
that's the strongest guy.
Akeem Williams,
Is he the strong? Is he the strongest guy you ever trained with?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a freak.
Akeem is incredible. Well, actually, no. I retract that statement. Rolly is the strongest guy I've trained.
Nathan Diasha said Rolly's one of the heaviest, hardest trainers.
Rolly is an absolute machine in the gym.
I love hearing this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I remember walking into the gym when I spent those 8 weeks out in Kuwait with the guys out there, and Rolly was complaining. We're going to the gym. He's like, my quad doesn't feel good today. It's kind of bothering me. And half an hour into the workout, he's squatting 6 plates. I'm like, what the and doing it easily, with a messed up quad. I was just like, how does this even make sense? He did it. I think he did it for like 12 reps. Insane.
So when you hear about these 90s pros and they even though they don't even follow the sport nowadays, and they're saying the guys of today don't even train heavy, we trained harder in our day. It's like we've actually heard of a few modern day pros like yourself. And they've said it really annoys them because there are people like yourself and Akeem and Flex Lewis and Nathan Diasha. These guys are training hard and heavy. It must be really annoying to hear that.
Well, I don't take anything personally, right? Because when I look back at it, I'm sure when my days of bodybuilding are over, I'm going to look back at the guys and maybe in a little bit of resentment or jealousy, be like, we trained harder than those guys, But hey, look, I'm a huge fan of bodybuilding. As you guys know, I grew up in the sport. My father was competing and still competes at 57.
Wow. Oh, really?
It's the only thing.
I didn't know this.
He's still competing.
Wow.
Still competing. He's getting ready this year for, he's a little animal.
That's great.
But, I grew up in I grew up in the sport, and, I grew up watching the Flex Wheelers, the Sean Rays, the Dorian Yates, and I even remember watching Lee Haney. So I have nothing but admiration for those guys and respect. And, I understand that they may feel like, hey, we trained harder. And maybe they did. Who knows? I mean, what's the metric there? How do we measure that?
Yes,
right?
It's hard to measure, especially if you don't follow the sport now and you're not training with these guys. I mean, fair enough if you see these guys training, we train in the same gym, but how can you compare? You can't compare. It's like
right.
It's a memory versus something you don't know now.
Exactly, and the thing is maybe the Mike Mensners of the day trained like animals, and the Tom Platts. But I'm sure there were pros too that also didn't train that hard. Like I know a lot of pros today that don't train that hard. I'm not going to mention any names.
Yeah.
So like I said, what's the metric there? We can't really measure who trained harder, who was better. It is what it is. It's just a different time of bodybuilding.
So when say, is it just Flex that would take a look at your physique, say after training or whatever? Is he really brutal? Because I know what Neil's like, and I know because I know Flex well, and I know they don't sugarcoat it. When they look at you and you're thinking, oh, I'm really looking, I'm feeling really good, and they'll go, nah, what are they really brutal when sometimes you're coming into a show?
Absolutely, and you know what? That's and I need that. I need. As you guys maybe heard in the interview, I removed myself from everything that is comfortable in my life. I left my family in New York. I moved out to Florida. I don't have any friends here. I don't, I just came here and I have my girlfriend here with me, but everything that was comfortable for me is now gone. I removed myself from everything that made life, comfortable, I guess, and good to come here and just focus on what I need to do as a bodybuilder. And if I didn't have somebody, if I had somebody that was sugarcoating, oh, you look great, keep going, then everything that I have done up until this point would be a waste. So I want Flex to be completely and brutally honest with me because, that's the reason why I moved here. I want to better myself as a bodybuilder and continue moving forward in my career. So, I find it extremely beneficial that Flex can be completely honest with me. And I will say this, Flex is definitely more excited about how I look than I am.
That's what I was going through.
I love it.
This New York pro, how are you looking, John? Because we see your face is looking very slim.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Because you took a tough contest 2017 New York Pro, second place to Sergio. But this one, how's this going to be? What's going on this? Because this is a big show. Going back to New York after moving to. How are you looking this show? What are you feeling? Do you think you're going to win this show? Are you at your all-time best?
I will be at my all-time best, and I will win the New York Pro.
Wow. It's unfinished business after 20.
No, but you feel you're looking your all-time best a month out now.
Absolutely. I think, Neil, what's funny? Neil and I had set a plan, and there was a tentative date. We said, okay, let's shoot for New York Pro. But we weren't sure. Now, backstory to that, I was completely out of the bodybuilding scene, I guess you could say. Not out of the bodybuilding scene, but just I took some time away. I didn't do all the things necessary to be the best bodybuilder that I can be in 2019. After stepping off the stage in Chicago Pro, I just kind of focused on, I was still training and eating, but the other aspects of bodybuilding kind of took a back seat because I needed to focus on getting through my divorce and having everything set up. So I was off for 7 months. And, coming here and then seeing Neil was kind of like, let's see how your body starts to respond. Let's not really set a hard date on the New York Pro. And as the weeks went on and my body just kept responding, kept getting better. I could read you the last text. He was just like, holy fuck, I can't believe how quickly your body's responding and how good you look. He was like, it's fucking impressive. I've only lost like 6 pounds during prep.
Oh, wow. So you're gaining as well. You're gaining.
Yeah.
The muscle tissue's coming back and just look clean and good and healthy. And my waist is as small as ever as it's been. And my legs are bigger than they've ever been. So things are just, happening really well.
Going back to what you're saying about moving to Florida and taking yourself out of comfort and all that. It's like there's a lot of people always say, what's the secret to Q8? What's the secret to this? It's like, well, you've said it, that there's no distraction, there's nothing else. It's like you said, you don't have any friends there, and apart from Flex and that kind of, so it's there. You're there for a purpose. You're there to do a job. You're not there to kind of, like talk to, and there's nobody else to talk to in the gym because it's shut. It's like there's a lot to be said for a distract. It worked for Dorian. It worked for, works for the guys in Q8, and there's a lot to be said. Like Derek Lunsford has now moved to Florida and he said pretty much for the same sort of reason. He wanted to put himself somewhere where it was just purely about what he needed to do. Right.
Yeah, and if you look at other sports, any elite athlete, the best athletes in the world, they remove themselves. Flex. I've come into the MMA world and the boxing world through Flex, and I've met a lot of these guys, and they all do the same thing. They'll fly to Las Vegas or some remote camps in the middle of nowhere where they know nobody and just train. So Flex kind of set that up for himself, getting ready for the Olympias. And I can't say enough about it. I mean, it's really made a huge difference to just have everything at your fingertips when you need it. Like I said, all the best. Flex has Arsenal Strength, by the way, is a phenomenal company that Flex is part of, and he has the best equipment in that gym. So you can't really ask for much more. I mean, you have a private facility with the best equipment, and a 7-time Mr. Olympia champion in the 212 division training with. I mean, fuck. If I'm not my best, then I'm just gonna quit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the interview. Is Juan Morel doing New York Pro too?
He's on the fence about it right now. He's kind of I don't want to put too much out there, but he's on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Okay. He has his qualification, but I guess contractually he may have to do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He's just done an interview with Ron actually.
Yeah, that's what I didn't see. I didn't see it came out today.
Yeah.
So I want to see who's John's going to go up agaest.
John, last year I was.
Well, it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be great. New York always brings out the best guys, and Steve Weinberger, who's been a mentor to me since I was 18 years old. He's always found a way to make that show just so incredibly exciting for us athletes and for the fans. Now I will say this. For every New Yorker, that is our Mr. Olympia. And it's kind of a coveted title that, Juan has and Victor has, and we all shoot to have as New Yorkers. It's a really important title for us to have. So I think that there's no better time for me to get it than this year. I think it'll be it'll be redemption for me, but it'll also prove to myself that I belong and that I'm worthy of the title, and I will get to the Olympia, and that's where I belong as well.
John, last year I liaised with yourself and Victor about the partnership with the Dominican Republic Pro Show you've put on. Now, obviously, you put the first one on, looked fantastic. Jose Raymond won the 212. Yeah. Do you want to tell us about the plans moving forward for that show? Because it looked like a fantastic event. In fact, I'm a bit annoyed that MD didn't send us. Just putting it out there.
Hopefully this year. Yeah. Hopefully this year we can have some more coverage and have some more media outlets out there. I know we're going to have Jim Mannion and NPC News Online, so we'll work something out with MD. I'm sure Steve Bleckman has always been a really good friend of my family, and he's always supported everything that Victor and I have done. So, but the event was a huge success. We were very, very happy with it. Every athlete walked away with nothing but smiles and just a great experience, which as an athlete, that's what we wanted. We wanted the production value to be there.
That hotel and that venue as well looked amazing. I was what? Fantastic.
So, I mean, as far as an athlete competing, sometimes we travel and we have to worry about food and the gym, and there's so much that goes into traveling away for a competition. So we made sure that we covered all bases for the athletes. We had prepped food for them, and it was all covered in the hotel fees. So they had grilled chicken, grilled fish, white rice, potatoes, everything that they could possibly need, asparagus, everything that they needed in their prep was covered for them. So they can just simply walk downstairs, get their food, go back up to the room, or eat in the restaurant, whatever it was. We had that covered for them. Tanning. There was just the venue itself.
You spend a lot of money on the athletes then, that's for sure.
That's fantastic.
Yes, and that's
Brilliant.
again, as an athlete, I find it very important that the athlete was able to come there and feel like they had nothing to worry about except getting on stage and having a great time.
Plus, you want them to come back as well.
Right. And even as an amateur, like I felt like a lot of the amateurs, like, wow, this is such a beautiful stage. The lighting, the backdrop, everything. It was almost like, I don't want to compare it to the Olympia because it's not that kind of production, but it was a beautiful stage, beautiful lighting. There was things happening on stage. It was just a really, not because it's my show. I feel like I'm talking it up too much, but it was just a really well-run show, and we did again. For me, the athletes had such a good time, which for me just made the whole experience great. Now we do have another show coming up on May 12th, which is 6 days before the New York Pro. This is our regional show.
Okay.
So the Dominican Republic coat of arms will be somewhat of a national level show or pro qualifier on the island. Then we have the regional show. We're going to have 2 more regional shows added next season. So we're going to have now 3 NPC regional shows on the island, plus a pro qualifier pro show, at the end of the year.
Now, I believe you can't have an open class because it's conflict of interest because yourself and Victor are still competing as open pros. So what pro categories have you got scheduled for this year?
So we're going to do 212 again. Bodybuilding is huge on the island because of Victor pioneered bodybuilding for the island, right? Yeah. And then myself and Juan Morel have also elevated the sport of bodybuilding on the island. But we're going to have 212, so we cannot do away with 212. We have a bunch of classic physique pros that are from the island as well.
Oh wow!
So we're going to have classic. Yeah, we're going to have classic physique, and then we're going to have bikini as well. We're thinking about adding a 4th, maybe men's physique or. Maybe figure. We're looking into what's going to work best.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just excited for New York. I want to see John Delarosa versus Nathan Diasha. Last call out. Crowd goes crazy.
Yeah.
Can you take out Nathan, John? Because we just saw Nathan. He looked huge.
Yeah, Nathan's a big boy, and Nathan's a good friend of mine too. We lived together actually in Kuwait.
Oh, did you?
When I was out there, so we spent the better part of 6 weeks together. So him and I are good friends. Nathan's an incredible bodybuilder. I think at my best, it's gonna be tough for Nathan. I think Nathan's got a lot of muscle, but there's some holes there that I think I can.
Exploit.
Best of on. But
sorry, finishing sentences there. I was like, sorry. Sorry.
But the thing is, like I said, I have to be at my best, and then it will be. Nathan is always very good.
Yes.
I think New York last year was probably like his shakiest performance. But other than that, Nathan is always on. He's always very good. He's very muscular. So. I think with my shape and the musculature that I put on in the last year, I think it'll be a good battle.
I'd love to see you win the New York Pro, and I'd love to see you back up in the top 10 at Olympia this year. 100%.
Thank you.
100%.
I absolutely. That's the goal. That is the goal.
That's achievable. That is definitely achievable. Definitely. At your best, absolutely at your best. That's where I see you fitting.
It's going to be great to see him and Nathan, man.
Shit.
I can't just switch side all of a sudden. Yeah. No, but...
Sorry, Nathan.
You know what? A good competitor knows his competition, right? And there's going to be very, very good competitors. Juan Morel might be jumping in. Antoine Vaillant might be doing it. Josh Wade is doing it. All guys that can be very, very good when they're on, So... again, a good competitor knows his competition, and I know my strengths against all those guys. I don't feel like I'm missing very much in my physique.
You're not missing.
So
anything.
I think if I can just bring my conditioning to a new level,
yes,
it's going to be hard for anybody to just walk all over me.
Yeah.
So that's my game plan. Is just.
I want to see that detail back in the arms and the back, because that's where I felt after 2014 everything was crisp and separated, and because you've got such freaky arms, and then for a couple of years they kind of lost that hardness and separation, and then you're back at. I remember your readable bicep at the Arnold Classic last year, and it was kind of washed out. But you can't. Your physique is so kind of well put together. It is literally condition, separation, and that's all you need to get just to win literally any pro show.
I saw him when I saw Arnold Classic, and I saw John next to Phil Heath. I said, Phil, John looking epic already.
Yeah.
And then I heard all the way then, and then I saw the interview with Ron, and now all this. It's time to those 2 years. We're forgetting about them now, John. Done. Now it's let's see what's gonna. This is the new John. It's game time.
It's game time. That's it.
He's in a new environment, new place, new kind of a new excitement, new team around him, and it's invigorated him, and he's kind of great moving forward.
Yeah, and I have to say thank you to like everybody who has kept their faith in me. You guys. My friends and my family, my girlfriend, everybody that's been behind me, pushing me. And, last year, again, not to harp on it, but it was a really fucking hard thing to go through. And, I questioned a lot of what I was doing in my life and where I was going. And, it just shook everything. It rattled the cage. And for everybody to, that's stood behind me and believed in me, Juan Morel, Victor Martinez. I mean, these guys called me almost daily when I was going through what I was going through and pushed me to be better. Marco Rivera, these guys, I mean, I don't know where I went right in my life. Must have did something good, but I have some incredible people behind me pushing me. So thank you to all of you guys. All you guys know who you are. I love you guys. And 2019 New York Pro will be a very, very good day for us. It'll be a good day.
And since I have you there, Victor Martinez, he got screwed at the Arnold Classic, man.
Yeah,
he looked
so
great,
good.
John. He looked so good, didn't he?
Yeah, it was that took the wind out of our sails for sure.
It was horrible.
It did.
John.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, John, but I was actually sat in the front row at the Arnold, and he came out, and he was kind of called out last. But when he actually got called out, Chris Cormier and Stan McCrary, curly top, behind me, and I went, "Oh my God, Victor looks amazing. I think he could get fourth." Honestly, and it was like, and then what happened. I was like, "What? Why are they leaving him to the last call?" It was bless him.
Yeah. Well, regardless of what happened, I think Victor. We all go through things in life, obviously, and I think that Victor has gone through a lot of adversity. And for him to have looked the way he did on that stage after so many years of doing what he was doing, I think was just a true testament of the character that he has. Again, I know Victor much more personally than most people. I think Victor's an incredible man, way better than he is as an athlete. But the guy's a great father. He's a great person. He's done more for me personally than anybody will ever know. Just to help me be better. So with that said, it really, I cried. It hurt when I saw him get called out last. I don't think that he deserved last call out. I do believe that he was, I could have seen him anywhere between 4th and 6th place. Yeah. And that's being completely honest. We didn't go there with the expectation that he was going to win the show. We were both very honest with one another. I told him, look, a 4 to 6 placement would be a fucking win. It's great. So, needless to say, it was a very somber dinner after the show. Right now we're just focused on getting him back on stage. I think it kind of it had its purpose. It lit a fire under him. I think he saw a glimpse of, holy shit, I can still do this. Removing the placing. I think he saw like, man, I still can do this. Yeah,
he was improved.
So it kind of lit a fire under him. But at the same time, we talked about business and making sure that we were setting him up financially, moving forward in the future to take care of his kids and his soon-to-be wife. And, so, again, it was a somber dinner, but we got some good out of it.
You've both dusted yourself off and you're both moving forward, so that's the main thing. Yeah. So, AJ, any final questions before we let John go?
No questions, just good luck, John. We're rooting for you. We are predicting John Delarosa versus Nathan last call out.
Team Delarosa.
First call out and then last call out. Yeah. Yeah. And can you say something? Awesome. Can you say something to your Spanish fans in Spanish, John?
Gracias por el apoyo y me gusta verte en el New York Pro on May 18.
Muy bien.
And for Flex Lewis, can you say anything in Welsh, please?
No.
Come on, he must have taught you some Welsh. He must have taught you some Welsh.
I'm still working on my Welsh. But again, I want to say again to Neil and to Flex especially. I mean, these guys have been. Thank you guys so much. I want to say this publicly because they took me in when I was down and out and helped me be a better athlete, helped me find that fire again, and just, they're both more excited to see me on stage than I could have ever imagined. So, Flex has become, me and Flex have been friends for a long time, but he's become a really, really good friend of mine. He's one of my best friends now, and we talk every day, obviously. But, man, thank you guys so much for bringing me in and helping me through this whole journey.
Our pleasure, John. Okay, John,
thanks for being on.
Really appreciate you coming on, mate, and we're rooting for you, mate, for the New York Pro, and we'll be there cheering, watching.
Awesome,
even if it's just online, we'll be there watching. So.
Well, I hope you guys can fly out and see it.
I'd love to.
Hey, we got to get Steve on the horn, man. We got to call him.
Steve, I know you're watching.
Right.
Me and AJ to New York, please. And Steve Weinberger, if you're watching, front row seats, please. Yes, thank you.
Go.
So,
plug it all in.
Yeah. All right, then, John, we'll let you go, mate, and we'll see you very soon.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, John. Bye-bye.
Oh, please. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
A good guy, Chris.
Yeah.
You can tell he's very sincere.
Yep. Always, I've been a big fan of John Delarosa's for years and years. One of my favorites. So, fantastic. Really appreciate him coming on.
But you're quick to jump the ship, though, because when Nathan's on, you tell him he's going to win. And when John is here, you tell him he's going to win. Who's going to win?
We'll see.
No, I'm rooting for them, too, in the first call.
I'm rooting for everyone. I'm rooting for all the guys, that, especially that come on the show and that open up to us. And, we want good. I want good things for everyone. It's I want to see everyone bring their best. I want to see everyone fulfilled and happy. And
so many rejuvenated guys.
Yeah.
Jeff, John.
Isn't there a bit of a theme running through this episode? I think it's going to be quite an inspiring one. This one.
Yeah, John is a really good guy.
Yeah, really good guy. Like I say, he interacts on my social media and. I always see him when I see him at Olympia. I always stop and talk to him.
And with Neil Hill and Flex Lewis in his corner, the training is going to be on point.
They're going to be destroying John. And I tell you what, when I said about are they brutal, because I know what, like if when he said about Neil Hill, he goes, oh fuck, when he's shown that I mean, for Neil to be impressed or Flex to be impressed, they have to be impressed. They won't blow smoke up your ass. They are honest. They're brutal, because that's what you need to have to bring the best version of you to the stage. Otherwise, if you've got your friends telling you you look amazing and you actually don't, and then they all kind of look away when you don't do so well on stage. But he's going to be bringing his best at the New York Pro.
So Flex and Neil said he's looking the best he's ever looked.
That's awesome.
Then you can imagine.
Yeah, I want to see all that. I want to see all that separation, hardness back in the arms and everything popping in the back like he was a few years ago, because his calves. You've seen his calves.
Oh.
I wonder what a calf session with him and Flex Lewis is like. I bet that is that's pretty crazy. Anyway,
no, we got more people on. So thanks to John Delarosa, Dominican.
Yes, and we are going to be coming back after the ad break with our final guest for episode 17 of Global Muscle Radio.
So we're going truly global this year.
We are going truly
this episode.
Global. We're going truly global, and we are out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we are joined by another Norwegian, Ole Kristian Vaaga. How are you, Ole? We haven't spoke for a while, mate.
No, it's so good. Thanks, Giles, for asking. AJ, nice to see you.
Always nice to see
a fellow. Yeah, always nice to see a fellow Norwegian in the studio. No, I'm good. It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've stayed in regular contact. I think the first time I spoke to you was it was actually on Instagram, because I saw some pictures of you that Mauro Sassi, your coach, was posting at the time, and I messaged Mauro and I said, "Who is this guy?" And then we met at the 2017 San Marino, wasn't it?
Correct. But I was way off. I had I got an infection in the stomach the same week. So, body just said no.
Yeah.
Giles, this is very special.
Yes.
It's never happened before. We have a Norwegian open class pro in Ole Kristian and a Norwegian journalist. This never happened before, even though I don't look Norwegian, så snakker jeg norsk faktisk. But this is incredible, Ole. We're very proud of you. We're very proud of you turning pro.
Thanks for hearing so. Thanks, AJ.
It hasn't been in Norway, Giles. It's very hard doing bodybuilding, isn't it, Ole?
Yeah, I think I'm number 7 in the open bodybuilding category in the Norwegian history now.
You are?
I think so, yeah. 6th or 7th, yeah.
And the only active IFBB pro in the open class, isn't it?
Yes.
And 212. Well,
so
we
there's no other open Norwegians.
There's none. He's the only one.
So who's the first 6 then? I imagine Geir Borgen Poulsen.
Geir Borgen,
who's 3rd at the 1990 Night of Champions.
Wow.
Sorry, 91. Sorry. Sorry.
Tommy Tornilsen.
Exactly, and Jostein Ødegaard, Jostein Mehn, and of course
Gunnar
Gunnar Rosbø, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, Gunnar Rosbø, Gunnar
Rosbø.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he was good.
But this is incredible because it's new times now, so it's not as easy as turning pro now, and this is very impressive. So we're really happy that you turned pro, and we're really proud of you.
Yeah. So
thank you, AJ. Nice hearing.
So
say his name.
He keeps teasing me how I say Ole, because so I feel very self-conscious when I say it now. So because I feel like I want to say Ole, but that's Spanish.
So he impressed you in these pics when you saw him the first time?
Yeah, I saw some pictures and I was like, whoa, were these pictures photoshopped? And then I messaged Moro, and then he said, he's competing at the Amateur Olympia, which was held in conjunction with the 2017 San Marino. That was the one that Hadi came second, Hadi Chupin, Cedric McMillan. And I bumped into Ole, and I was like, nah, he ain't photoshopped. He really is that big. So I actually interviewed Ole, and we did a really good interview. We actually kind of clicked straight away, and he's been a really good contributor, very easy to work with. And I was very happy because obviously by coming second at the Amateur Olympia, he didn't turn pro, but he did. Was it last year at the Italian Pro, the MPC show?
Yes, was it San Marino as well. Yeah.
Oh, San Marino. So do you want to tell us about last year competing and then turning pro?
So last year, I decided to take all the spring off, all the summer off, just to put all my main focus on the fall. So, because in 2017, I had all these second places in the pro qualifiers. So I figured, okay, I take 1 year off. And then I did the Olympia amateur in San Marino as well in 2018. And then I came second again. Mm-hmm. And then 6 weeks later, I did the Iron Rebel show in Copenhagen. And then I did won the overall and, of course, the pro card as well. So I think we actually spoke in between San Marino and Iron Rebel.
Yes, yeah, no, because obviously I interviewed at San Marino, and then I had you on sending clips into my other show, Muscle News Weekly, on MD a few times, and I was so thrilled when you actually finally got your pro card, because it was like Zach Khan when he was getting all those second places, and you see how good the guy is. And it's funny though, because when I interviewed him, he was on about, I need to be bigger and bigger, and I was like you said, I'm only 100 and so many kilos, and I was like, what? He's like, no, I need to be 10 kilos bigger.
So for people have seen, how much do you weigh? Because he's one of the biggest pros currently.
I know
active.
Exactly what you're leading to as well.
Well, now I'm 10 weeks out, but now I'm around 120 kilos.
Mm-hmm. So that's in pounds.
In pounds, what is it like?
264.
264, 5, yeah.
That's good.
But in honesty, even though the condition is okay, I still need to lose water kilos intramuscular to get those deep separations. Yeah. So it's not just all about just getting into condition, it's actually getting the right hydration level of the muscle to have a certain look, because that's what I think have been keeping me back in the past, is that I've been a bit too full.
Right.
I've come in maybe 109, 110 kilos, And at that time, I should be like I was in San Marino or Iron Rebel, like 106. Yeah. So this year, I have no idea where I'm going to land.
So you look a lot more than 106 kilos. I mean, what were you weighing at San Marino when I saw you, when I interviewed you?
Then I think I was 109, maybe.
So you look kind of like 115, 120, really. Because, I mean, you know, I know, because you're quite tall as well, aren't you?
No, 175 centimeters. Was it like 5'8"? Yeah.
You're not 5'8". I thought you were taller than that.
No,
okay,
175.
sorry. My mistake.
Before you turn pro now, how long have you done bodybuilding? What's your competitive... How long have you done bodybuilding? Because people don't know you that much. Like, people want to know who are you. Yeah. So how long have you done? When did you start to bodybuild and things like this?
Well, I did. Well, the first show was in 2008.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, that's.
But then, you know, I what can I say? I came from a background with strength. So I think I trained maybe like 1.5 years before that show in 2008. And then I had quite good development up until 2009, 2010. And then I, you know, switched job and turned that into more of a main focus. And even though training and competing still in 2011, 12, and 13, not much happened, you know, because you're always traveling, new gyms, food was difficult. So I felt I stayed in the same place in almost 3 years. And then in 2014, when I won a couple of competitions, I actually said to myself, okay, I think it's possible for me to kind of put more into it and see where it leads me. So in 2015, I did the European Championship, and I played, I think I got like 7th. And then from there, I just decided, okay, next year, then I'm going to start for real. So that year, from 2015 to 2016, I did quite some changes. So in 2016, I came 3rd in Loaded Cup. I came 1st in the Super Heavies and won the overall in the Sweden Grand Prix. And I came 4th in the Olympia Spain Amateur. And then, and then 2017, you had all those second places. And then 2018, second place and won the card. So that's the history, brief,
So what's it like being in a country, because AJ keeps telling us about how bodybuilding is kind of, it's less and less and men's physique is more and more. What's it like being kind of, are you really one of the only bodybuilders in your kind of area, or what's that like?
No, it's different here.
Okay.
Yeah, AJ is from a different city than me.
Okay.
It's not the same here.
I'm from the capital. He's from the outside of the...
So you're from Oslo. Where are you from, Ulle?
Like in Stavanger. So
Stavanger.
Where we live, so it's more of a... I don't know. In Oslo, maybe like in also major cities around in Europe, you have these small groups of people at the different gyms because the cities are too big. But in this area, you only have around 200,000 people living, you know, within like a 20-minute driving range. So everybody that's competing is gathering at the same gym.
Okay.
And then it just gets different because you don't have these small cliques where one bodybuilder is all alone at one gym. Here, everybody is at one gym.
Okay, so all centralized at one.
So yeah. So in my gym, we actually had like Maureen, the IFBB Pro who won the DJ Classic Pro and Alicante Pro. She trains at my gym as well.
Okay. Is it
so
like,
actually the only...
Sorry, I've seen, obviously we've seen the videos of you. I put them in my show, but you're a ridiculous deadlifter. I mean, what's the most? What was that? I was trying to get a deadlift off with a friend of mine, Pete Bremner from Ireland, to see if I could get these two guys competing. Because, I mean, what is your max deadlift? I mean, let's get that out there.
Well, I have. Okay, last week I did 5 on 330.
330
during prep.
5 reps.
During prep.
Is it? So
then I just started. So next week I will do 5 for 340.
Yeah. So
that's like the plan.
So you're good with reps rather than just single reps.
Yeah. I don't single. I single rep around 370. You know, without any any gear, just with a belt and straps.
I remember photographing a guy in 1998, and he deadlifted 365 kilos, and I remember the bar literally bending, and that blew my mind. That was 20 years ago. So, but that's incredible to do that kind of weight for that many reps. That is very, very impressive.
How was it? How was it in FIBO? Was it a dream come? Because I saw the pictures. You were treated like a star, wasn't you? You were chilling with Big Ramy. You were looking bigger than Big Ramy, by the way. That was Big Ramy is a great guy, of course, and he's the top Mr. Olympia competitor. But wasn't it good to see in the pictures you had him a little bit in the size? It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's what can I say? It's difficult to say because you can't compare me and Ramy in a way.
No, of course,
because at that moment he was because the frame is different. You know, his frame, he was 142, 143 when we were together, and I was like 122, 123. Okay. So there was actually 20 kilo difference between us, and we're almost the same height. He's maybe like 5 centimeters taller than me, but his frame is so much wider that he needs so much extra kilos to look more massive. You know, the smaller the frame, the less kilo you need to look dense and big. Like Lee Priest, best example. So that's why maybe even when I was like behind Ramy, we looked like the same, but of course we're not the same. But you know, because we're different frames, so it's easier for me to look big, if you can say it like that, on lower kilos than it is for Ramy. If Ramy were 120, he would look very different than I do on 120.
Because it was Dragon Farm that sent you down, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah. We were in Dubai, me and Bahar and Dimitri, the classic physique pro.
Yeah, he's a great pro.
And Ramy. Yeah, Dimitri has like the smallest waist in history.
Yeah. Can we say his name correctly? Dimitri
Votrisikov.
Last name. Sorry,
he's a Russian. Russian bodybuilder.
I'd actually like to get him on because he comments a lot on our.
And the most famous Instagram girl in the world right now, isn't it? Baki. What's her name again? How do you say it?
Bahar.
That's Giles' favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, Bahar. No, she's a sweetheart. Yeah. You know, she acts all bad and tough on the outside, but inside she's just a small girl.
Did you train with her as well? Because I know Ramy trained legs with her. Did you train with her as well? Did she try deadlifting with you?
Yeah. Me and Bahar and Dimitri had at least one back workout together that got filmed from start to finish. Yeah, and the difference is that during that training video, we actually explained how we did the exercises, how we did them, to emphasize where we're gonna actually hit with shoulders and everything, and of course to create new stimulus. So it's not just like training. It was more of an explanatory tutorial training.
That's a really good.
So it's going to be good when you get out.
Where can we see this?
No, it's going to come soon.
Yeah, but where?
A week or two maybe. Like YouTube channel from Dragon.
From Dragon Farm.
That's a really good idea, isn't it? You've got a classic guy, you've got a huge open pro, and then you've got because does she compete, or is she just someone who?
No,
she doesn't compete. No. Yeah, because
I've said this. You're the one hating on her. I know this.
I'm not hating. Yeah, just let's not get.
But how did Dragon Pharma contact you? How did you get sponsored by them? Because you're in Norway and they're not Norwegian. So how did they reach out? Did they saw the potential in you, or what happened?
No, it's the same as pretty much all that sponsors that contacts me. Regardless if I say yes or no to them, they come to me. I never seek anyone, because you know the companies that comes to you has a clear visual in mind what they want to be represented, and if you fit that category, then of course they ask you to be their ambassador or promoter, like GorillaWear as well. It's the same thing. You fit the description that they want to give out to the public. So like you have Bahar, and then you have like Dimitri, you have Ramy, you have me, and then they also have these big stars in Central and South America. They also have like 2 million plus followers. Wow. So it's different looks, but it's in a way the same look. Bahar fits good with open bodybuilding, even though she's a girl.
Yeah. So is this separate from Yamamoto, or have you moved from there, or is it additional?
I don't have anything to do with Yamamoto. Only that Mauro Sassi is Yamamoto, my coach.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I was wondering, because I was thinking, especially with Rami as well, I didn't realize what the demographics of it were. So.
Well, have we said when are your debut show? When can we see your debut as IFBB Pro?
10 weeks.
Which one?
10 in UK.
Yes. Oh, you're doing the UK Pro?
Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah.
Why didn't I know this? I'm slacking. Sorry.
So you're doing the UK show as your debut?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic.
I was thinking about Toronto, but then I wanted to compete with some of the guys I've competed with in the past as an amateur, because then I know we're at the same level. I know it's maybe realistic to get a top 6. And then I looked at the competition list at Toronto, and then Mauro and Andrea and all the other guys wasn't going to do Toronto. So then I figured, okay, give 4 more extra weeks, give body time to do some heavy lifting, maybe add on even more muscle tissue, and then come sliced and diced to UK, which is almost his home.
So, sorry, did you say you're going after some competitors you competed as amateurs? Is this someone you're going after in particular to motivate you for the British Grand Prix?
No. I was just like looking at pictures today on Facebook. It came up like today 2 years ago. I was competing in the Malta Diamond Cup, and I saw that the top 5 in that show, everybody is now pro.
Yes.
So pretty much all of those guys is competing now during the summer. Yeah. So then it was like Andrea Muzzi, Andrea Presti, me, Marco Sapchini. Who else were there? Igor Iles. There was like all these guys that's now like the new generation in a couple of years. That's us. Yeah.
So for the sake of the viewers, that's June 30th, the British Grand Prix in Watford, London. So where Ole will be making his pro debut.
And that's a tough show to make a debut.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's going to be a good show as well.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, it'll be a very good one. I'm really happy to hear that. So there's going to be a lot of European bodybuilders on that show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going to be
Because it's a quick trip from where you're from, isn't it? It's not a far.
Yeah, it's like 1.5 hour flight.
So it's smarter to do your debut, and you don't have to travel that all the way to Canada, you know?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be good. Does the Giles?
Yeah. Very good.
I think it's going to be a very good lineup in the UK show. Yes.
I'm excited to see, because I mean, when I actually was at the Samarine, I never actually got to see you on stage because the amateur. I was arriving on the day when the amateur was happening.
Yeah.
So I only saw you literally walking around looking huge in a tank top, and then we did the interview, you know. So it was really good. Really, really good.
You're a full-time bodybuilder now. You don't work beside or?
No. 100% besides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. This is going to be a good, Giles, isn't it? You're speechless, Giles.
Yeah, I know. It's great. And it's fantastic that Norwegian bodybuilding has Ola leading the way.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. But he's the only one, though.
Yeah, I know.
So the whole nation is on you now.
Yeah. No pressure. Well, no pressure, mate.
No. But speaking about the job thing, no, of course you could stop work and do this full time, and then it will be, 100%. But then I don't know. I feel I need to have something else in life. Or else I just I think I would get bored. So at this level now, I need to do both. But time will tell.
Plus, you have a family as well, so you need that kind of security as well, really, don't you? It's if it was just if you're just doing it for yourself, then you could say, well, I'll just make money from sponsors and whatever. And but I suppose if you've got a family and you've got to have some sort of backup and regular income, not just what you make from your bodybuilding,
Well, the contracts I have with like Dragon is 1 year ahead. So it's still it's not that from being fed from hand to mouth. Yeah. But I think it's I like fast cars and stuff.
I was just about to say, AJ.
He's from the richest Stavanger is the oil capital of Norway.
I was just going to say he must have a good job because I've seen a picture of his car and he does have a very nice car.
What is he driving?
Right now?
Yeah.
I have a 2018 Tesla Model S.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you're doing very well for yourself then.
Nice.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Not well.
He's
Okay.
doing okay. He's doing okay.
All depends on the view. Because the thing is, it's like if you live in an area and everybody has the same, you don't feel any different.
No.
But if you live in an area where you have what you have now, but the others have less, then you feel rich. You know. Here, everybody has the same.
It's a really,
You know? Yeah.
Hey, maybe you can, before the British Grand Prix, because we're going to do a British Grand Prix special episode of Global Muscle Radio, maybe you can get up and see.
That would be great.
Travel up to Stavanger, because we're going to go.
I'm allowed to come up to Stavanger with the MD crew?
Of course.
Yeah, get some filming done. I want to see some deadlifting.
Yeah.
I think you two should train together.
That would be great.
Nice. Ole, he's strong. He's very strong.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some videos.
Just make sure it's chest, not legs.
I was just gonna say it. I've seen some chest press, and AJ is doing quite some weight.
Yeah, I think they're fake plates personally. I think
No.
I think you're using fake plates. I think you're trolling.
No, but we're really, really excited to see your debut, Ole. We're really happy, especially in Norway, because I'm from Norway. A lot of people in Oslo, we're talking about you. We have your magazines in Harald's Gym. Your people are talking about you. A lot of people are thinking like, if he can do it, maybe I can do it. Because there's people are afraid to do the NPC in Norway because they're so afraid of the competition. In Oslo, at least. So you are shown that it can be done. So you're like a lot of people look up to you, and we be watching your debut very closely, Ole. So,
but I think in general, AJ, in all of Europe, people are afraid to go over to NPC. But for me, it wasn't a question.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to go to the Pro League and one day qualify for the Olympia stage, there was no way around.
Correct.
So when this happened in 2017, it was a choice I did in a heartbeat.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Because like I said, the other side has a very strong amateur in Europe, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yes.
They have
Yes.
strong.
Okay, well, I keep calling him different names.
Say his name one more time.
I've said about 5 for the eagle-eyed viewers. I've said it about 5 different times just because I'm not confident of how to say it. So Big O. We'll actually be covering the British Grand Prix. So we'll be doing some very cool coverage. So we'll have to interview you backstage at the show, or maybe at the hotel or something. I've got your number, so we'll be pestering you, mate. So don't worry.
Yeah.
So big thank you. Really appreciate you taking the time. Obviously on prep, and we're really excited to see your pro debut at the British Grand Prix. So
It's great to be on Mosque Development before his debut. No, this is good. This is good. No, we've been looking forward to it, Ole.
Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Giles.
Okay,
appreciate being on the show.
Okay, then, big guy. Okay, well, we'll see you soon, and we'll see you at the British Grand Prix.
We will, for sure.
Thank you.
Sliced and diced.
Yes.
Sliced and diced.
130 kilo. Thank you, Ull.
Okay. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh, it's just his face on the screen now. Oh, yes. Yes, that's it. Get the shades on, mate.
Get the shades on.
Get the shades on.
So this is a proper freak, eh?
I let you take that interview, most of the lead for that one, because I thought I knew what this meant to you, having a Norwegian pro, open pro, because, I mean, we were just talking in the car, you were saying about the kind of, especially being in Oslo, the lack of open bodybuilding, and because for a bodybuilding fan like yourself, that must be very, very hard. I'm spoiled.
Disgusting.
AJ, I am spoilt rotten in the UK.
But we can talk about that. That was his time. It's great to see. It's good to hear that stuff where he's from, that it's different, though.
Yeah.
He said it was different.
So I've never been to... I think I've flown into Stavanger. Stavanger?
It's the oil capital of Norway.
Really?
A lot of rich people. He said he was driving a Tesla and like nothing.
Yeah. That's an electric car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Electric. Oh, so he's environmental as well.
I don't think he drives it for that reason. No, but so I was surprised Stavanger was different. That's good, but it's good to have a pro because the only guy from Norway that used to be a bodybuilding place.
So until last year, who was the most recent open Norwegian pro?
Can't remember. Tommy Thorvaldsen, who made any dent?
Well, Tommy was kind of done by... I mean, I remember seeing Tommy making a comeback at a show in... What was that place I went to?
He did. Tommy Thorvaldsen did a comeback recently.
What was that place I went to?
Malta? Or
No. In Norway, what was the place I went to?
Larvik.
Larvik. yeah, it was in Larvik, and that was around 2009, 2010. He was making a comeback.
And how much did you pay for that hamburger with Sami Al Haddad?
No, it wasn't with Sami Al Haddad.
No, it wasn't with Sami Al Haddad.
It was with a Welsh friend of mine. He was one of the, because we were both judging. He was the head judge, and we went to TGI's in Oslo, and I think it was like €70 or something for a cheeseburger and glass of wine.
So he's going to the British Grand Prix.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a big show.
Samson
Dauda.
Dauda, James Hollinshead, Nathan Diasha.
Ooh.
Possibly Antoine Valant.
Who else do we have? Ole Kristian Vaaga now.
Ole. There's a couple other big names.
Did he say Andrea Presti gonna do it?
He did say Andrea Presti. Yeah.
Did he say it?
Yes, who we've got on the show this episode.
Oh, are you spoiling it now?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, no, they see the name on the thing. I think we've discussed this many times.
Oh, we discussed this.
Yeah, we keep saying it, making a mystery of it.
But it's a smart move because he lives 1.5 hour away on plane.
Yeah.
You don't have to go all the way to Toronto.
Yeah.
How long is it from the UK to Toronto?
Toronto? Oh.
Yeah, that's a horrible place.
I'd fly to New York and then fly up. But
Toronto is not a horrible place. I say it's a horrible flight to get there from here.
Well, that's a good... Well, you'd probably take 2 or 3 flights to get there. I don't know.
So it's better to... less flying and,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Of course.
That's why I hope this show, the British Grand Prix, goes on for more years, because we had it in 2011, 2012, and then the shows lost so much money because they are expensive to put these shows on. So that's why it's important to support the big shows when they come to countries like the UK. Show your support, turn up, and it's good that European pros are all kind of trying to do this well.
So for people who don't know who he is, Ole Kristian Vaaga, he's round, he's freaky, he's super strong.
It's like 700-800 pound deadlift for like 5-6 reps.
He's got a badass look. He's got the tattoos. Mm-hmm. He's the modern type freaky bodybuilder, isn't he?
But he's actually big. He's very well balanced, and his condition is very, 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 very good.
Also a family man and a full-time job.
Yep.
So this is a guy who's a role model.
Yeah, I've spoke to Ole many times, because I think he's been in Muscle News Weekly, because I've done 38 episodes. I'd say he's been in at least 4 or 5 times. So so I've got to know him quite well. But very smart guy, very I like him. I really like him.
So
good sense of humor as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yep. Okay. Well, we'll be right back after the break with our next guest of Global Muscle Radio, and we are out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pop Meter Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we are joined by one of AJ's all-time favorites, Jeff Beckham. Yay!
Excited for this.
Yeah, I've got a feeling AJ is going to be really pumped up now. So you go first.
Jeff, how's everything going?
I'm doing just fine. What's up, y'all?
AJ was really getting into that.
That was a Boys to Men.
I know, that was unexpected. I know.
Was that Boys to Men?
Wasn't Boys to Men? I'm doing just fine. Yeah, that's Boys to Men.
AJ's got the album.
No, so how are you, Jeff? Where are you at?
I'm doing good, man. I'm in New York. I'm in Queens, New York right now. I'm at the gym right now in the office, and I'm excited to be talking to you guys. I really appreciate you guys getting me on board and everything to hear my interview. Thank you.
Because Jeff is one of the best poster in the IFBB party. Jeff, you know how to pose, don't you, Jeff?
You're too kind. I think I got a little something going on.
So where's the background of that good posing come from? Because I know you're doing the splits. Is that if you've got like a background in gymnastics, or where does that all come from?
No, man. Actually, I have to pay homage to some of the old greats. The era that I fell in love with was the era where it was Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, Chris Cormier, Milos. I don't want to miss out any names,
Vince
but
Taylor?
the golden era, I fell in love. That's when the guys were aesthetically pleasing, they were symmetrical, they were proportioned, they was graceful, and they was really flexible. So watching Flex Wheeler for many years is one of the guys who I really wanted to emulate, because I just felt like his posing and everything was just on point. And I think I took from Sean Ray's grace and from Chris Premier's symmetry. I think I'm a fusion of all of them, if you really ask me. So I really fell in love with bodybuilding in that era. Right? Yeah.
For the people at home, where did you turn pro?
I turned pro in 2012 Team Universe, and at the Bed Francis Team Universe in 2012.
So is that where you train at Bed Francis gym?
I trained there suddenly. I'm in Queens, and that gym is in Long Island, so it's about a 45-minute commute for me. So a lot of times it's difficult commuting there while I have my clients and everything set up in Queens. Yeah. So I go probably once a month or once every other month.
Yeah, is that because that's where everyone trains? I can imagine, like on a Sunday, I can imagine Juliana Malacan and Juan Morel, and I can imagine what an intense and fun atmosphere it is to have all those names and all. I bet there's a great atmosphere, isn't there?
That gym is amazing. I'm saddened that I don't live closer to that gym and can spend more time there, because all the pictures on the wall are motivating. It's a really competitive gym. So as you stated, there's so many competitors that you'll see on a daily basis. And there's a lot of people that take the pilgrimage from around the world just to go and check out the gym. So yes, indeed, the gym is amazing. For sure.
You're looking...
Sorry, just 1 second. Just frozen. We'll get him back. There you go.
Yeah, we can see, but we can tell by your arms you're looking freaky, Jeff. So
a little.
There you go. So what show are you doing?
He's not shy, is he?
No. What show are you preparing for?
So I'm actually getting ready to guest pose in Erbil, Iraq. I'm leaving tomorrow. Thanks to Benny for sponsoring me out there. And after that, I'll be getting ready for the New York Pro, which will be May 18th, which is put on by Steve and Beth Weinberger. So I'm really excited about that. And then a week later, I'll be doing the California Pro, which is Tariq and Tamar's show. So I'm really in full prep mode, guys. And I have another guest appearance at the Sharu Classic in India, which will be next month. Well, yeah, and I'm also putting together my own show, the Jeff Beckham Classic in Cali, Colombia, which will be in June as well. So I'm ecstatic about that as well. And I'll be doing the Toronto show. I'll probably do Vancouver, and 100% I'm doing Romania. So here and now, it's like full prep mode for me, like all year round, for sure. Yeah,
that's a lot of prepping, because you did Romania last year, and how long have you been prepping for?
Man, I just really started my full prep mode about 5-6 weeks ago. But I met actually AJ in Romania last year, and that's where him and I hit it off. And he's a good dude, and he told me that he was gonna. He was like, I don't know. Why
he sings your praises. I think it's safe to say, Jeff. It's safe to say he sings your praises a lot.
Nobody's important. You gotta
Jeff Beckham.
But one.
But leave him alone. AJ's cool.
But one thing, Jeff, that I'm a little bit. We want you to be a Mr. Olympia top 10 guy, because that's your potential. Might even be better than top 10. How tall are you, Jeff?
Thank you. I'm 6'1.5".
And how much do you weigh?
Good job.
Right now, presently, I'm 285.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I plan on hitting the stage about
Yeah.
I love it.
No, but that gives me the opportunity to just flex the bicep. I'm just gonna put it out.
But so your potential is the limit. But in Romania and now Arnold Classic, was it Australia? You came a little bit off for your standards.
Yes.
See, that's
Go ahead, AJ. I'm sorry.
No, can you tell us what happened and what will be different this time? Because you're doing a lot of traveling, Iraq, and are you able to focus this time on your prep? Is it too much traveling? Is it what's the game plan?
See, Gil, that's why I said AJ is sweet, because he said I was a little bit off my last 2 shows. I was totally.
It was a little bit.
AJ, thank you. You're sweet.
I was
terrible. I was terrible. So, first and foremost, I would like to say that there was an interview that you guys did not too long ago with Antonio Vellante, I believe his name is.
Antoine Vellante, yeah. Antoine.
Yes. And he revealed what happened to him and why he was away from the stage with his addictions and so on and so forth. And it really gave me the strength to come on board and be a little bit more verbal and a little bit more forthcoming with what transpired with me over the last couple of years. One of the things that I definitely believe going through everything I went through these last couple of years is God for sure has given his fallen angels the most hardest tasks and situations that he'll allow go through so they can talk about it when they get through it to help empower other people. So that's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have moving forward to let you guys really understand what transpired the last couple of years of my life. So it's like, where do I start? It's so much that I can say. I don't know if we have the time for it.
No, well, you obviously you're alluding to something in the last couple of years. Do you want to expand on that?
Yeah. So honestly, I got married to a woman that my biological mother told me not to marry. My godmother told me not to marry her. Rest in peace, my godfather told me not to marry her. I married her anyway, and you can never tell somebody how they feel about a person and what they should do when it comes to love and feelings and emotions. So I really cared about her. I married her anyway, and first year was okay, and then it was turmoil ever since. And I was really struggling to find my happiness and stay sane while also competing as well. A lot of people ask me, well, Jeff, how did you still able to do 5-6 shows and qualify for 2017 Universe? Well, the truth of the matter is I stayed in the gym about 6-7 hours a day. I didn't want to go home, so that was like really my outlet to get out the house to make sure that I was able to be able to compete and train as hard and put as much time as I needed into it without going home and getting into all that turmoil. So that's one of the things that really transpired the last couple of years that kind of threw me off of my A game. I definitely went through a marriage that was really bad for me, and it was really toxic as well.
Toxic relationships. So that was, when you were alluding to Antoine, I thought you were going to talk about those kinds of issues.
I was going to get into that also, Gil. It gets deeper. That was just, I didn't want to keep rambling without giving you guys the time to cut in and talk and ask questions pertaining to the little paragraph that I already relinquished. Furthermore, I ended up in 2017 meeting a woman that I fell in love with instantaneously. I left my wife for her, and I was going back and forth to Canada for 11 months straight. Every month, every 2 months, I would come back to New York. I have a 14-year-old daughter. Her name is Maya. Beautiful, I'm so blessed to have this girl. So I was going back and forth from New York to Canada, and in the mix of that, all that turmoil, I was suffering from high PTSD, which is post-trauma syndrome, and I really lost myself in that whole process.
What was that
of going back and forth?
Sorry, 1 second, Jeff. What was the PTSD from? Were you in the military or?
No. See, a lot of people associate it with military and stuff like that, but it's not just military. It's also a relationship, or just turmoil and trauma. Period. Doesn't necessarily have to be coming from armed forces or anything like that. Relationship PTSD is very much serious and is very much alive in this world we live in.
So that was from the previous relationship that carried on, that kind of caught up with you and caused the issues the psychological issues. Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you can continue those patterns in your mind. One of the things that I'm an advocate now with, as far as PTSD is concerned, I'm a big advocate on, if you come out of a relationship, you can't jump right into another relationship right away. You have to gather yourself. You got to find yourself again, love yourself again, like yourself again, know who you are before you can actually
100%.
Come into a relationship and you can be full-hearted. That's where I went wrong, and it really put me through. So it put me through from a bad marriage to a relationship with a woman that I fell in love with, to mess that up and being remorseful and being really saddened about that, and I lost her in the process.
Right, so it carried on and kind of affected the good relationship because you hadn't had the break from the previous relationship. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
And I got yes, and I got on to like I said, I went to a deep depression, and I got into drugs, and it really hurt me even more. I really lost myself in all different aspects. I lost myself. I was struggling so hard with the person who I was. I was asking my godmother at the time, was I a good person? I was asking her at the time, was I a good person? I really didn't know myself. One of the things I can tell you guys about drug addiction is the thing about it is nobody can tell you how bad or what the drugs, what type of effect they have on you. Nobody knows but you. And a lot of times the person don't even know what's going on, you know, 'cause you really can get mentally lost. And that's what happens to me.
Yeah, I've been there, mate. I've been there.
How did you get out of this?
Yo, honestly, I surrounded myself by a couple people that really unconditionally loved me and supported me. One of them being my main supporter, my best friend. Her name is Layla, and she would check up on me every single day. She would call me every single day, 10 times a day, to see how I was doing and everything. And she made sure that she helped me remember who I was, you know, and who I am. And she really saved me in so many ways. And I thank her for that. I love her.
Did you have to hit like a kind of a rock bottom point before you even, like Antoine said, it was at a point where he ended up getting assaulted on the side of the head, and he said that was the day he went, right, okay, this is the day I kind of pull myself out of this horrible situation. Was there something that happened, or was it just a general kind of like, right, I need to get this sorted?
It was progression because after the last two, because after it was progressive because after the last couple of shows, a lot of the higher ups, I don't like dropping too many names, judges and so on and so forth, hit me up wanting to know what's going on with me. You know, Jeff did saying, Jeff, you're a light guy, people love you posing, you guest pose everywhere, yada yada yada. What's going on? So from, as you guys know, from 2016 to 2017, I placed top 5 in like 7-8 shows straight in order to qualify for 2017. My last 2 shows, I dropped the ball because of this turmoil and everything. I couldn't really mentally focus at all, you know, and so everybody wanted to know what was going on. So that was where I was like, okay, like I have to pull myself together and really make it happen. And plus, I have a beautiful daughter that's looking up to me.
Purpose.
I cannot drop the ball. And, you know, I cannot drop the ball and have her see me really going through all this turmoil and not being able to make it out of it, you know. Yeah,
because that was because in 2016, 2017, we had high hopes for you, you know, and we really expect you. But this is great that you came forward with this story because you're a big, strong guy, charismatic, and when you're coming out with this story, kids got to stay away from drugs, man.
Yeah,
like, definitely.
Because the pros are role models. Your role models.
100%, you know, say no to drugs. It's definitely, you can definitely get into it, and it can definitely change you mentally and change the person you are. You can really get lost in the mix of everything. You know, I was really honestly questioning who I was. I forgot who I was. Like, and I was really struggling.
How did it change you though as a person? Because sometimes, like you said, you're in the situation, you don't see it personally. Was it people from the outside that said, "Look, Jeff, you know, you're not yourself. You need to. You're acting irrationally," and then you started to see it in yourself, and you're asking your stepmom, whatever, "Am I a good person?" You know, what was it?
It was really, honestly, a lot of the support that I got from outsiders also, which I like to contribute to. A lot of the guest appearances that I did where I traveled, I really realized how much of a, if I can say idol or if I can say motivator that I am to people. And that really helped me realize, like, yo, this is really what I do. I love doing what I do. I love traveling the world. I love inspiring. I love talking about fitness. I love encouraging people in this sport that I love, that saves me in so many ways. So this definitely is one of the things that helped me bring me back to life, if I can say that.
Have you ever considered like public speaking or motivational speaking? Because the thing is, people want to hear a story. They want to hear a journey. You're someone that very much speaks from your heart. You speak from personal experience, and people can always be inspired, and they can be helped by that. Have you ever considered that?
Ironically, you said surprisingly and ironically, you're saying this because I do things with kids. I'm actually getting ready July 8th, 9th, and 10th to go to California to have a basketball camp with Gary Payton, which was one of my childhood. A couple of other retired basketball players as well, and my main man Jeremy, who really put this thing together to talk to kids about fitness.
Jeremy who?
Right.
Which one, Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Jeremy Buendia? Or
Yes.
Oh.
No, not Jeremy Buendia. No.
Oh.
Not Jeremy Buendia. I'm sorry.
Oh.
My guy Jeremy. He's from Colombia as well, and you guys will hear more about him. I'll tag you guys in the
yeah.
And
well.
Gary Payton. That's a big name, bro.
The glove.
The glove. Seattle Supers on the Sean Kemp. You don't know? Okay.
Yeah, this is from Australia.
We just play croquet and cricket and drink Earl Grey tea.
So,
Spritz.
So you have a seminar. You have a basketball 8th and 10th of July, was it?
Yes, that's correct, in California. In addition to that, my management team and I were putting together a nonprofit for me as well, so I can do more speaking engagements and visiting schools and so on and so forth, and talk to the kids about my story and the importance of working out and how fitness was my emotional outlet growing up, and it saved me and kept me out of trouble in so many ways.
This could be your this bodybuilding could be your platform, but this could be your purpose.
And this is actually, Gil, how I see it as well. Bodybuilding is just a small stepping stone. It's a big... Gil,
so I was just going to write that down. I've just inspired myself.
AJ, I have another position for you on my team.
Okay. I'll take the job. I'll take it. I love New York. I knew this would be a good one. I believed AJ when he said, "Giles, get Jeff on. It'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic." You were saying weeks ago, and I was like, "Go on, then, let's get Jeff on. I believe you.
I'm really looking forward to what I'm really excited about life again. You know, when I was in that dark spot, I was so turned off by life in a sense. I was so pessimistic in a sense because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where to go, and I really truly forgot who I was. You know, I really got lost. You hear people say like they got lost, and you don't really get it, don't really understand how true it can be. But I got lost in so many senses of the word. I really didn't know who I was. You know, and it's sad, and it saddens me when I think about it and I talk about this because I really lost somebody that I love. You know, and I still love this person. You know, and sadly I wasn't able to stay present the whole time in order to keep her heart, you know. So I'm really saddened about that.
Is it too late?
As of now, it definitely seems that way. Unfortunately, I'm still hopeful, of course, because regardless of how she feels, I still know what I feel.
You're not,
you know, and what I feel. And what I felt was never a lie. You know, it was always true.
Jeff, you're not in the place you were a year or two ago. You're a different person. You've evolved. You've developed. You've improved. I hate hearing stuff like this because is it always, you know, if you were still in the same place, then yes, I could understand that, you know, but I don't know. I believe there's always hope if you've changed.
This is my point, Gil, man. Guys, honestly, to be a little bit more forthcoming, I actually had to abruptly leave Canada. I couldn't stay there anymore, and she gave me 7 months to get myself back together. She's an amateur, and she competed at the Arnold Amateurs, and we were supposed to reconnect at the Arnold Amateurs in Ohio. And she kind of stood me up. She did stand me up. And that is another thing that really hurt me emotionally moving forward, because now I'm still trying to now I put my life on hold for kind of 7 months, hoping that I was going to rekindle a relationship and that she was going to wake up, or God was going to say, yo, this is a good dude. He was just coming out of a relationship that he just really lost himself in. He's ready now. I was hoping that was going to be the case, but it wasn't. So that really saddened me. And then, you know, one of the things I didn't mention to you guys, my godfather passed right in that 3 weeks prior to the Arnold Australia. Gino Sylvain A lot of guys might know. A lot of guys in the industry knows him. He turned Ryan C. Cloud pro. He turned Factory New Black pro. He Flex Willis. His son is Flex Willis. His son's godfather. So he's somebody who's been in the game behind the scenes for many years, and he turned me pro. He was the person that helped give me my pro card, my first bodybuilding mentor ever. So that really saddened me as well, and that happened 4 weeks prior to Australia. So I had all that going on while I'm trying to get ready for these pro shows. So I really couldn't focus. Honestly, I was really emotionally hurt.
But you know what? You're still standing and you're still trying to move forward. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Thank God. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's what you can't. Thing is, sometimes people come into your life, they go from your life. Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's situation, sometimes it's just not meant to be. But other times, right here, right now, you need to look to the future and focus on yourself and focus on the people immediately around you, and that is what's going to bring you fulfillment, happiness, and success.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Think about your daughter, and then God will bless you with some fresh girl, a new girl, something that will capture your heart. A big muscular girl.
He likes the beefy girls now.
I wish. I mean, that would be perfect, but I'm not there yet. You know, she is so deep. She's still so deep in my heart that I wouldn't be there. I can't move on right now. It's not possible. I know what it is. I feel regardless of what she feels. So I don't know how long it'll take for me to heal my heart or get her out of my heart, but right now it's not the time for me to be thinking about another woman. I'm really focusing on my daughter and my bodybuilding career right now and everything else I have going on.
Otherwise, you're going to make the same mistake twice, and you can't do that.
Exactly. You can't go into a relationship with half a heart. I'll only have half a heart to offer somebody else, and that would be completely unfair to myself and completely unfair to the next woman or person that comes into my life. It's what I should have did prior to meeting her, but I wasn't strong enough because I just really fell for this woman, and I wish I would have gave it that gap in between so I could have rebuilt myself emotionally before I got into the relationship.
It's all a learning curve, mate.
So I want to tell her story. So I want to say definitely. I want to just take a little time to apologize to a lot of people. First and foremost, I like to apologize to myself. I like to apologize to her. I like to apologize to all the listeners or all the fans, supporters, followers that I have out there and that still with me, keeping up with me. I really appreciate it. In addition to that, I want to tell everybody that. I'm back, I'm really back.
Welcome back.
This is good. It's good to get all this stuff out. It's so good. The thing is, it's important.
Giles, you know what he did in Romania?
You told me a lot of what he did in Romania.
I was sitting in the table.
Cool stuff.
And everybody was eating chicken and rice and water and dieting. And Jeff was sitting in the middle of the table like Arnold Schwarzenegger, freaking them out, ordering, not pizzas, but you were eating all this with his arms bulging. You remember that scene? Yeah, you were psyching them out, weren't you?
Psyching them out.
Oh.
Didn't one of the other guys said, should I be eating the same as Jeff? Didn't they say?
Yeah.
Jeff, after you went, one of the competitors said to AJ, says, should I be eating what Jeff should be eating?
One guy asked me, AJ, should I eat what Jeff's eating? He's looking very... Because all we can see were your huge arms, so we thought you were in shape. Oh no! But you got a Jeff Classic coming on. You're going to Iraq to guest post. This is gonna be.
You guys, how's my hat? I can't see.
Beautiful.
Okay?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah, everything is good. You're looking good. You're looking good. Yeah.
Looking fresh.
The eyebrows are good too.
Eyebrows are good too.
So tell us about the Jeff Beckham Classic. How did that come about?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I went to Colombia to meet I went to the Chiru Classic, which was held months back. I met my new sponsor, Durabody.com. Guys, check it out. Use my promo code Jeff Beckham 10. So I met my new sponsor, Durabody, and I had such a cool impact, I would say, on the people there, and I gained a lot of attention while being there, and I gained the attention of a promoter and a couple of promoters and a couple of judges as well, and they offered, to give me my own show if I was interested in Cali, Colombia, which is not too far away from Medellin, Colombia, where I was at for the Chiru Classic. So that's how that came about. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so exciting, having your own show, man. Your own show.
Have you been to Iraq before?
I have not. I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous. And then again, I realized
Why?
I haven't been to Iraq yet, but I was nervous in the beginning, and then I realized, like, I'm from New York. I've been in some of the toughest neighborhoods.
You're from Queens.
I think I'm gonna be okay.
And you're guest posting with Hello Trevino, aren't you?
Yes, I am with Alex Carino. I am, and alongside the People's Champion, Rolly Winkler, and
nice.
also the famous Hall of Famer Sean Ray will be there as well. Yeah, so a lot of big names are going to be there. So definitely shout out to Ben, for sponsoring me to this event and everything. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Fantastic. So what's the goal for this year? Because I mean, I know you sounds like you've had a real challenging couple of years, mate. I mean, it's like I said, the fact. It's a testament to your mental strength and your character that you're still standing and still smiling, still excited, still enthusiastic.
Yes, thank you.
Let's talk about this year. What is going to happen? What's going to happen in New York, bro? Come on. WWE talk.
Top 5 that are alive, AJ.
You top 5.
Top 5 that are
that's
alive.
Jeff.
I'm aiming.
I'll be honest, AJ really sent me a lot of pictures, and I've studied your physique, and I've seen when you were at the 2017 Olympia, and obviously when you were at your peak. And top 5 New York Pro is definitely a realistic achievement because with your height, your structure, your physique, your size, your the small waist, everything. It's like you've got all the tools, mate. You just need to get this right. You need to get this right. Get it all in place. Get your is it ducks in a row? Get all your ducks in a row. Yeah,
that was a bad.
I don't know. It's a British thing. You'll understand.
Alligators in a row. Okay.
Alligators in a row. Yeah. So make it
kangaroos.
Just make it snappy. So hey,
bad British joke.
Hey, that was a quacker's joke.
Sorry.
So it's a New York Pro and it was California Pro.
Yes, the New York Pro will be first, which will be to May 18th, and then following by the California Pro. Which would be
Cali Pro, nice.
Who's doing the Cali Pro? Do you know?
I'm sorry?
Do you know who you're going to go against in California? Because we know New York Pro.
I am not sure, but the California Pro always brings out some of the top names, top guys in this sport, and it's held by Tariq and Tamar Gundy. They put on an amazing show, so I'm really excited.
Nathan Diasha won that last year. Sassan Harati was second.
Gerald, wasn't it?
Gerald Williams was 5th, I believe. He won it the year before because Sassan was second the year before.
It's a tough show.
I think Shredded, you could win that one, man. And I think I could realistically, I could see you top 5 in your best condition, top 5 at New York Pro. I'm visualizing it now. I could see you winning the Cali Pro, and I could see you at the Olympia.
That's what my plan is, Gil. That would be lovely. That would be so lovely. I'm gonna do everything in my power, to make that turn out to fruition for sure.
And that's not actually a request. That's an order.
No, but it's but it's not so important. It's not that important to make the Olympia this year because you've been through depression. I've been through depression. It can take a little bit time, So
AJ, it's funny you say that, AJ, because I was thinking like, I have to make Olympia.
No.
But you are right. It's like I've been through so much in the last couple of years. For me to do my thing prior up to Olympia, place my top 5 is what I have to do. Keep bringing myself back to the table to let the judges see like, I'm back. The condition, the nice posing guy, he's back, and then do Romania, and then win Romania.
There you go.
I'll come with you this time.
I hope so.
I will. No, definitely. Because the stories I heard, the stories from Romania really kind of launched our first 2 episodes of the show, and it's and I've heard so many amazing stories from AJ about yourself and the pizzas and whatever you're eating and all the kind of doing the splits in the bar and the bicep poses and nightclub afterwards. I thought, I can't miss out on this next year with Jeff and AJ. I cannot miss out.
No, thank you. This is exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. But Jeff, you got to leave us with something. You got to leave us with Jeff, we know you're a talented singer.
Yeah.
you got to give us 20 seconds of some music.
Let's see if I got a little something. I'll give you guys 2 lines, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
MD, are you listening? I need you to do a thing for me. You see my baby, she done left and walked down. I need you to bring her back to me. I know that I was wrong, I was guilty of sin. Probably not priority. But indeed, if you're listening, peace out.
Oh, yeah.
This guy should be singing as he's guest posing. Microphone.
That was an MD's. Wow. Yeah.
We got our own MD song.
We should use that. Yeah, of course.
New MD song, new MD theme tune. MD theme tune.
And warm up ready, so cut me some slack. I was cracking stuff.
That's fantastic.
I have my green tea. Normally I drink green tea.
Yeah. I gave you green tea the other week.
You see now, this is the guy he wants to be. This is the guy you want to be put on TV, bro.
Yeah.
This is the guy. This is helping kids with basketball.
What is it about the New York guys? Because we had George Peterson on, and he was another guy who was really like similar sort of like kind of this vibrant personality.
Before we go, George Peterson. Are you friends with him?
No, George. Yeah, no, George is cool.
I see similarities in personality and character.
Who do you like, George Peterson or Brian for the win? Classic. What's your type of physique? Let's get you on the spot a little bit here.
Let's talk about Olympia.
George Peterson for the thickness, for sure. But Brian for the posing and the aesthetics, if you ask me. I'm more of that. I really love. See, I'm more of one of the guys who really love the posing aspect of the game, and I respect Brian's posing. Okay. But there's another guy who plays. I believe his name is Steve. Watch out for that
Steve
guy.
Lorius.
Well.
Lorius.
Oh, he is beautiful. He's beautiful. Yeah. Watch out for him as well. So don't count him out either.
And Henrik Pierre Arnaud is also a guy.
Oh, he's fantastic from Canada.
Pierre Arnaud?
Beautiful physique.
Henry Pierre Arnaud.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Henry too. Henry used to compete with myself in the open division. Henry is sweet too. Don't count him out either. So it's definitely not a two-man show, Gil. There are some guys that can push the envelope.
And what about the Open Olympia this year? What do you think is happening? Tell us.
Oh man, if I make it there, a lot of guys are in trouble. First of all.
Come on. You can't leave us hanging.
Well, man, I don't know, because how the game's changed. It's left the door open for anybody who brings aesthetics and condition to the table. But Shorty Roden is going to be hard to beat regardless, because he is so aesthetically pleasing. He can pose. He's a cool dude. He has a full package. One of the guys that you definitely need to watch out for is Nathan. Nathan's trouble. Nathan's definitely trouble. You need to watch out for that guy for sure. Rolly Winkler, of course. Rolly Winkler is always going to be a contender. There's just so many great guys. I can't just name the top 5 off the top of my head. And I still won't count the Blade out. If Blade comes in condition, a lot of people's in trouble too.
Dexter Jackson.
So So it can go many ways.
So who are you most rooting for at the Olympia this year? It doesn't have to be a top 5 guy, but someone that you're really going to be rooting for.
So you're really asking me like some of my favorites. I like Cedric, because I feel
Cedric.
Yeah.
Big Cedric fan.
It's more of an outgoing personality, and I like his. And you can do comparisons between him and I with our posing and his physique, his classic style. Definitely Sean Roden, because I know Sean Roden personally. I like his posing. I like his body. So I'm rooting for those two as well. Rolly Winkler, after the times I met him, I can understand why he's a people champ. Rolly is just cool as shit. Rolly's cool people. I like Rolly too. Yeah. So, wow, it's just so many people that I'm really a fan of the sport. So it's so many guys that I'm rooting for, and I want to see everybody do the best they can. I love the sport of bodybuilding. I try to encourage everybody around me that competes in it as well, because I know how hard it is to compete in the sport. It's insane, So I'm rooting for everybody. I'm rooting for everybody to bring their best, really.
AJ, have you got any final questions?
There's
for
no questions for Jeff. Jeff Beckham is officially back.
Yes.
He's back.
It's decided.
Amen. Thank God.
And people will see this interview. For people who don't know you, they will love your personality for sure.
Thank you so much.
And so this is going to be good. And we want to just say we're really looking forward to what you're going to bring in the future. You're more than welcome to come on show whenever you want.
Come on again.
Whenever you want, you can be on. And we'll be rooting for you. And just great having you on, Jeff. Great having you on.
Thank you. I would like to leave with a little something too, if I may. Right. One of the things I want to say is if you guys have anybody or know anybody that's suffering from PTSD, make sure you give them help. You know, and the help that they're going to need is going to be tough. Because it's tough to handle somebody that has past trauma and everything. But you have to be really, really understanding. You have to be really, really patient and really, really understanding. It's really important. Show them the best unconditional, most unconditional love you can to bring them out of that turmoil, and especially if they're suffering from a drug addiction as well. In addition to that, once again, I would like to thank you guys for inviting me and having me on the show. I really, really appreciate you guys giving me this chance to get my message out and everything, and bring me more. Bring me more. Front Street and let everybody know who Jeff Beckham is. And I'd like to also give a shout out to my sponsors as well, if I can. One being my main sponsor, Amazing Muscle. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support. I want to shout out Eat Clean Bro, like on something.
Nice. That's cool.
Go to eatcleanbro.com. Check out the healthy meals. It's in all of the 5 boroughs as well as Jersey, as well as Atlanta now. I want to give a shout out to my other sponsor, my clothing sponsor, Durabody.com. I want to give a shout out to my other sponsor, Push Pull Grind as well. I really appreciate you guys' help. I'd like to give another shout out to my sponsor, Vitality Health Market, which is in Astoria. My other sponsor, Suit Lady in Canada. You guys check out the suits that she has for women and for men. So I appreciate all the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks so much, sponsors. Thanks, MD, for having me.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. I'm so glad we got you on eventually, and can't thank you enough for coming on. I've really, really enjoyed this. I kind of see now what AJ was being banging on about for the last...
I told you about him.
Sorry, AJ. I believe everything you say now. So, all right, Jeffrey, thank you for coming on, mate. And we look forward to seeing you and getting you on again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, take it easy, mate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
We got 2 minutes.
Wow.
Before
2 minutes now we got
John waiting also in 1 minute.
No, an hour. Oh shit. Yes. Oh, sorry, I was yes.
No, we went longer because Jeff was so exciting that we don't care about time when we got Jeff Beckham on, bro.
Brilliant. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Okay, well,
does it remind you a little bit like Sergio? Not exactly like him, but the way they...
I thought he looked a bit like Mike Kristian. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, yeah. Just the way, yeah. So anyway, we better...
290 pounds.
You're happy
6'2".
AJ
can sing.
AJ can die a happy man now. We've had Jeff Beckham on. Fantastic. Yeah,
great
really
one.
Good story. A guy went into that kind of subject. It's important for people like him because they do have influence and they will be able to reach out to people and make a difference. So yeah, big thank you to Jeff for that. So. Yes. Okay. Right. Well, we'll go to a commercial break now and we'll be right back with our next special guest.
And Jeff is on the rise, bro.
He's certainly on the rise, and we are out. And welcome back to MD Global Muscle Radio here at the Pump Media Studios, joined by my co-host AJ, all the way from Norway, and we're joined for our final guest of episode 17, Andrea Presti, all the way from...
Italy.
Andrea...
Hi, guys.
Andrea, thank you for joining us. Thank you.
I saw you in Romania.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was very, very, very impressed by your physique and what you brought.
Thank you. It was my second pro show in Romania.
And we spoke to Flex Lewis.
Yeah.
And he says many, many good things about you. You know, that you're very dedicated and very hungry. And so we wanted to have you on so the American and British audience can see the newest Italian sensation that is you know?
Wow. Super.
Yeah.
So let's talk about last year, which was your first year competing as a pro. Do you want to tell us about 2018?
It was my first pro show was in Padova, in George Farah Classic, in November. Mm-hmm. I compete and I stop I take my pro card in 2017 in Olympia Amateur in Spain, and with my coach we decided to stop because in the last amateur show we have a great condition, but for us we need more size because I have good condition, but maybe 3-4 kilo less than my competitor. They are so much bigger than me, and we stay in off season for 1 year and 6 months. And in Padova, I'm 5 kilo more than my last amateur competition. I'm 112 kilos on stage, and I'm very happy because I keep my condition, but I improve my weight for 5 kilos. And for me, is a very big success.
So last year you took second place. Which show was that?
Yeah.
What contest where you took second? Which contest? What contest?
In Padova, in George Farah. I take second place, and after two.
Sorry, the George Farah Classic, wasn't it? Sorry,
little nation.
It's the George Farah Classic last year, wasn't
Clarence Davis, wasn't it? Who got first?
Yeah. Clarence Davis won.
Yeah.
Me second, Max Charles third.
Yeah.
And my teammate of Yamamoto, Andrea Muzzi, fourth.
So what's it like? How long have you been working with Mauro Sassi?
Sorry, I don't heard.
How long have you been working with Mauro Sassi?
This year is 4 years that I work with Mauro.
4 years.
Yeah, I started in 2015. To work with Mauro, and I start with the regionals, Italian regional championship, and he won the Italian championship in 2016. After that, second place in Arnold Classic Columbus in 2017, and I take my pro card in Malta in Diamond Cup, the first time and the second time in Olympia Amateur in Spain in 2017.
So how old are you now?
31.
31.
Yeah.
31.
31. Perfect age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Perfect age.
Yeah.
And you already have a second place and a fourth place in your first year, huh?
Sorry?
So you already have a second place and a fourth place in your first year as a pro.
Yeah.
So what is your plans this season? Are we going to the Mr. Olympia this season?
Oh, wow, it's my dream.
Yeah?
I hope. My dream. I have 6 points now, but and I see that there are 3 guys, Cedric McMillan and I don't remember the other 2 names, that they have 16 points. It's very hard because only I know that only the first 3 people go to the Olympia with points, and this guy have 16 points. It's a lot of points, but we try. It's my dream. I work all day, every day for this.
Yeah.
So next week you are going to Spain in the Big Man show in Benidorm.
Yeah.
Benidorm.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What other contests are you doing after those?
Okay. The plan is this week Benidorm. After that, we think to compete in Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
In the end of May.
Yes, in May.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, we think in the end of July there is Lebanon and Portugal.
Oh wow! What? No New York Pro?
Yeah, I try all the competition that can.
Nice.
I have points. All I try week after week to improve myself and try to keep the best condition. Yeah. After every show, we see the result, we see the condition, and we decide to maybe more shredded, more heavy, and we try to take that point.
So how long have you been with Yamamoto? How long?
Sorry?
How long with Yamamoto?
Oh, I'm the first testimonial for Yamamoto, the company, in the 2015.
Okay, fantastic.
I started with the Yamamoto, was born in 2016, And before I'm Yav Store testimonial. Yav Store is the company that sell Yamamoto in all the world. And I the older testimonial of Yamamoto. Yeah.
Where in Italy are you from?
I'm in the north of Italy, so close to Milan. 100 kilometers to Milan. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like Milan.
And what did you used to do before you turned a pro bodybuilder?
Before be a bodybuilder, I'm a judoka. I play judo for many years, for 10 years. I compete also in the national team. I compete in a lot of international competition, World Championship in Estonia, European Championship in Portugal, because my father was my coach.
Oh, nice, fantastic.
Yeah.
In our second episode of this show, Flex Lewis told us that you came out to see him in Florida.
Yeah,
you came out. Tell us about that.
Yeah, for me is the most beautiful experience in my life, because Flex. When I start to be a bodybuilder, Flex for me is my example. But not only a bodybuilder example, but man, businessman, family man. For me, the key word of Flex is humble. There is a very humble person, and I appreciate this too much that approach of this sport, because Flex is the number one for me. I train with him, and he trains so hard, but he keep time to stay with his family, to improve your business. His business is I think the best bodybuilder now that competes that in this business.
Oh wow!
And when he invites me to be a guest poser in his show, I say, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Guest posing at the Flex Lewis Classic.
Wow.
All the way from Italy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, in Tennessee. Yeah. It's
fantastic.
So you
big honor for me.
So you want to follow his footsteps and become the same businessman and family man and competitor in the future, huh?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. I'm not only a bodybuilder because I have a business. I have my gym. I'm a coach, not only for competitor people, but normal people. I try to build my future, because I think that a bodybuilder can compete, but after that, what? You must build some the second way. Okay, you must have a second way. For me, is have a business that can spend my time. It's not simple, because bodybuilding life is so hard. Train, a lot of work, travel, but for me is very important have another way.
What is your gym called?
Activa.
Activa,
okay.
Nice.
Okay. Gym, yeah.
So how many more years would you like to be competing for?
How many? Sorry.
How many years will you like to compete for? How many more?
I don't know. I don't know.
He just turned pro.
Well, I want to know if he's got a plan. I want to know.
No, he's just turned pro. You don't plan retirement. You just turn pro.
Nathan Diashas.
Okay.
Now I live a dream. I don't know how many years more.
Have you?
Now I want to live this dream every day. Day by day.
How long have you been following bodybuilding? Have you loved bodybuilding since you were a kid, or did you fell in love as you get older?
No, older. I fell in love when I was 25 years old.
Oh wow! So 6 years.
It's only 6 years. Yeah.
Wow.
My first.
Wow.
Yeah, I start to with bodybuilding in 25 years old. Yeah, in 2012. Yeah. Wow. Before I train, but like a normal people.
So you started become serious 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And pro in 5 years. Wow.
And he's in a good team with Yamamoto, with Rolly, and some of the other Yamamoto guys. So some good guys. He's on the team with there. It's fantastic. Good company to be with. That.
You want to say anything to Italian fans in Italian?
Sorry, I don't sure because the connection is not so good. Sorry.
Can you say something to your Italian fans in Italian?
To support me.
Yeah.
yes, for them.
Because I need a lot of support. But I am very happy because in Italy, bodybuilding is not too famous sport. Now, in the last 3 or 4 years, bodybuilding return. But before, there is a long time that bodybuilding was disappear in the Italian for the Italian people. Now is better, but I think that because company like Yamamoto invest in this business with marketing, with take a lot of champion with Rolly, Flex, Candice, Anita, and this is the key to I don't know. The people think that bodybuilding is for few people. Okay, you are a bodybuilder only if you have a lot of muscle. No, bodybuilding is lifestyle. You can be a bodybuilder if you stay in diet, if you train, if you love train. And this is the great mentality to be a bodybuilder, but maybe not a champion, but a bodybuilder, yes.
Okay, any final questions you'd like to give to Andrea?
No, we just wanted to have you on because we see your potential, but most importantly, we see how hungry and how dedicated you are. So the American and British audience, we support this no matter which country we are in, you know. So we wish you much success with you, and we are really, really looking to follow your career much more closely.
Thank you very much. He's very honored.
Andrea, is Mauro there? Is he there? Mauro?
Oh, Mauro.
Bring him in. Come on, I love Mauro. He's awesome.
Mauro.
I've known him guy over 23 years.
He's got great blue eyes. That's blue eyes. Eh?
Mauro, how you doing?
Hey.
Just wanted to bring you in and show you some props there for bringing this guy to the forefront. So keep doing what you're doing. I love the cap as well. Really digging the Welsh Dragon cap there.
Giles, can we get just 2 minutes so we can tell who you are for the American audience and British audience?
Sorry.
Yeah, because Giles knows you very well, but maybe not. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? What you used to compete, or how did you turn into this as a prep coach? Or can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, I was an athlete. I was an athlete before because I compete for 35 show. But compete in WABA is like not a level like in Pro League. My dream was to come to Pro League.
Yeah.
But my body is not extreme bigger to compete in that category. And also I start to be a coach because for me to learn every time. Now I was 6 days with Neil Hill. Neil Hill is a very good man. He's not like a concurrent, like a coach, but learn every time. And this is my big experience. That company give me a support and then chance to speak with a Rolly, with a Flex, with I will call it the peak of pyramid of the bodybuilding in the world.
Yeah.
And then it's very appreciated it's my dream. My dream was to be with Andrea or probably 100% Peter Clancy come back again next year.
Peter Clancy.
Yeah.
There is probably to try to come compete in the Olympia stage. This is a dream come true. And then also I know many time is finished. The guy said it's time to go. He's finished. I was long time to interview. Thank you.
Mauro is one of the top, most sought after, most highly respected European coaches. So I had to bring him in for a couple of minutes there and show him some respect because he does a great job, Mauro, and you're doing a great job with these young athletes like Andrea Presti, and Peter Clancy and all these guys. It's Team Stones all the way.
And how far can Andrea Presti go?
How far?
Yeah.
Depend. Then we see it in the 4 days. I sent a small video.
Yeah.
I sent a small video.
I did, yes.
The legs were wow. The legs.
Yeah, Mauro sent me a video of Andrea's legs, and it kind of freaked me out a bit, actually. I wasn't sure it was even human. It looked pretty freaky.
It was very good, yeah.
Very impressive. Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll let you go, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you for your time.
Nice way to end the show. So,
thank you.
We'll see you. I'll see you at some of the pro shows, Maro, and we'll catch up soon.
I will come in your show. I have Ule Vaaga. They're compete.
Oh, Kristian Vaaga. We had him. We had him on today.
Yeah, Kristian.
Yes, fantastic. So we'll see these guys. We'll see Maro at the British Grand Prix with Ola Kristian Vaaga on June the 30th at Watford, London. So keep an eye out and say hi if you see him, British fans. So, okay, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Great guys.
Oh, hang on.
Great guys.
Yeah, very good English.
Perfect.
Yeah. Is it? In fact, AJ, I would say his English was better than yours at the start. Oh, I love you, mate. Love you. You sound like those British people when they go to France.
You try so hard, AJ. You try so hard.
You can't just put on the end of every word. Would I like you?
Great guys, though.
Love them. Yeah, I love Maro. I remember Maro competing in the Nabi Universe 23 years ago. He was fantastic. And he's very much like another good friend of mine, Patrick Tour, another European coach. And like this guy, he's prepping Ola Kristian Vaaga, who's in this episode. And he's one of these guys who just loves the sport. He's so enthusiastic. You see him at all the pro shows, all the amateur shows. And he's just someone you're always pleased to see. And Andrea, what a talent. What a talent.
First time as a pro. Second to Clarence Davis.
Yeah, beat Max Charles.
And fourth 2 weeks later.
Yeah. In Romania.
So it's going to be really cool to see what he brings to the big man show.
And you were in Romania, and it was a bloody good show.
It was
and it wasn't like one of these like 7-8 competitors.
No. We have tons of people.
Like 20, 30 guys in the lineup. And he's solid conditioning. He's got a big frame.
Conditioning, woof.
Well, you saw him. You saw him in Romania.
What a condition.
I've not seen Andrea on stage in the flesh yet.
You're going to see him... No, you're not going to see Alicante. We're not going there, are we?
No, I don't think so. Benidorm, maybe.
Yeah. But will he do the British Grand Prix, did he say? Or...
He said
I didn't understand if
he said he'll just keep doing shows until he gets the points. So maybe we could see him at the British Grand Prix up against Ola Kristian.
He's certainly hungry. You can tell in his eyes, huh?
Yeah. Has he got contact lenses in, like Antoine?
Nice eyes.
Do you remember what I said to Antoine? You got such pretty eyes, Antoine.
I would say he got even better eyes.
Yeah, like really piercing blue eyes. But
no, great to see some talent from all over the world, not just
AJ. Clues in the name, mate.
Global muscle.
Yes, global muscle. No. I'll tell you what, it's AJ, we never know how each episode's going to go.
This was a really good one.
But you said even before we'd done that one, you said I think this is one of the best episodes we've done. So I'm really happy with this one.
And those two fit really well together.
Yeah.
Andrea and
thing is, Maro's just one of these people that just loves it. He loves it. He loves getting behind these guys, and he's just a very dedicated coach. Yeah, and it's not just telling them what to do. They're like they're friends. They're like father figures. They're supportive. It's I've seen it with Patrick and Nicholas Vuliud and all these other guys, and these people are really like Neil Hill and Flex. These guys that's not just coach and athlete. They're like family to each other. Like it's like a real bond there. So yeah, it was nice. I had to get Maro in at the end there to.
Great way to end episode 18, wasn't it, or 17 now?
17.
Yeah. Great one.
Good fun intro. We had Ola Kristian Vaaga all the way from your home.
Well, not exactly.
Other end of Norway.
Yeah.
So
it's closer from here to there to Stavanger.
And we had Jeffrey Beckham singing to us. His own MD.
MD Universe.
MD, yeah, love it, yeah.
MD Universe.
That's some. I mean, Phil Heath didn't sing to us, did he?
No, he didn't.
Or Flex Lewis. So
no, I didn't sing either.
No, I didn't sing. Flex got a lovely singing voice, actually.
He does.
Yeah. He used to be in the Welsh choir.
He's probably good doing reggae with the Jamaican accent.
He's not Jamaican.
He speaks patois. It's a Jamaican patois.
You do Welsh and you sound like you're Indian. Right, AJ, I think
good one.
Yeah, you happy with this one? Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then a fantastic finish there. Oh, John Delarosa, of course, as well. How could we forget? Sorry, John. Sorry, no, it's just been a very busy. Busy
John
day.
is looking hungry.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be back to tomorrow because we do 2 episodes over 2 days.
We won't back tomorrow. We'll come back next week.
No, we'll record 2 episodes over 2 days.
Don't tell them the secrets.
And hopefully the Lean Kitchen will be open tomorrow because I am very hungry.
Yeah, it might be.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Right. Okay. Well, this episode is going out on Tuesday, so you'll be watching it right now. So it's pointless me saying that. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next week for episode 18 of MD Global Muscle Radio. And AJ,
we are out.
We are out.